Hello. How are you? Wiggity wig, wiggity wig, wiggity wig. You haven't been in a hot minute. Well, now it's just turned into a cold second. Oops, fuck. I clicked on my own stream. I don't know why I did that. Copy link address. How are you guys? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. We live. Gotta tweet it out. If you didn't tweet it, did it even happen? Alright. My PE ambassador again. Yeah, I'm gonna need it on Thursday. You will have to remind me to release the tubes. But hello everyone. Got a new job interview. Nice. Making things happen. That's what I like to hear. If you don't like your situation, you gotta change it. That's all you can do. That's the only control you have. You hate me. Why do you hate me? I love you. But yeah, good luck with the interview. Well, hello everyone. You know, the one thing I'm kind of nervous about for this birthday stream is how to keep track if people do donate, because I want to go like take a little bit of a shoddy shot every time. Hey Kyle. Yeah, basically I read stories, but I'll be doing that in 14 minutes. Right now it's just like meta chatting about this is a hate fan club. Yo, I don't call them haters, I call them fans. Mr. Nuggets with the 5 Aussie bucks says, notice me, daddy, notice me. I've noticed you are the first dono of the night. Every GRINDR story is a horror story. Well, we're about to find out. Well, last year, the way I did it, it was like, I think I did it like every, because it was pretty wild actually. Like, I think it was honestly, because you guys were nuts last year. I think it was like every $100 increment I took a shot. But then once we got to like, I think 500 or something, I switched it up to like 250 because I'm like, holy shit. Because everyone was just like booming right out the gate and I like didn't even know what to do. I didn't expect that. And then I was like, 750, 1K, and then just like maybe 250 increment. I don't even know. I just basically had to gauge it so I didn't die. You would stream when I have curfew. Curfew? Can't you, if you're, wait, first off, why are you curfewed? Or is that like a family thing? Also, can't you just watch indoors or whatever? Isn't that how you usually absorb online materials? You have balloons. Thank you for the balloons. That'd be really funny. Just a room full of balloons. Get a smooch. Yeah, I think I got like one negative comment on Twitter about when I was, it was just like one person, and it might not even be negative. I was just expecting. That's why I kind of like consulted with you guys first on, because I've had like GRINDR stories like in the back end for a while, right? On submitted and that kind of stuff. No, my B-Day is actually June 4th, but the stream will start June 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then go to beyond midnight probably. But yeah, I don't know. Like, basically, had the GRINDR stories. I wanted to do those stories because a lot of people asked for them. Like, a lot of people have asked for them. And, and I figured, hey, what better time to do it than the start of June here. Nothing's wrong with GRINDR stories at all. It's just like, I think people like see it as if like it's like a grifting, you know, like a grifting thing. Like you're just trying, kind of like when Pepsi puts their rainbows on their drinks and that kind of thing, you know, and acts like they've done their part or whatever. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I just figured we're here. Let's do it. I'll hold your beard while I puke. Thank you. Marco with the 5 says, welcome everybody aboard the Let's Read spaceship. I'm so hyped for today's stream and happy early birthday, Joel. Thank you for your thank you, Marco. You're very kind all the time. I appreciate it. Yeah, birthday is on the 4th, but we're doing a little bit of an early stream, 7 p.m. June 3rd, this Thursday. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. I'm going to be getting schwasty. But thank you again, Marco. I appreciate that. And Evin Gibson with the 5 says, me who's watched all the stuff on Spotify also, what's the release dates on Spotify? Yeah, so that is bi-weekly or every other week, every other Tuesday, me blokes. And so today was Tuesday with a CH. And yeah, a new Spotify and Apple Podcast, basically wherever you listen to podcasts, a new podcast came out today at noon. And then in 2 weeks from now, another one will come out on a Tuesday at noon. So basically, I like those to be big and thick for you. And I also like I've recently been remastering the audio with the help of my friend Simon, a audio professional from South Africa. And they have been doing an amazing job with adding remastered audio with new sound effects and all sorts of cool stuff that I hope you guys pick up on as you go back through the stories and re-listen to them. But they do be pretty lit. LitleLadybugz with the 5 says, your voice is so smooth. Sorry for being creepy and happy. No, it's okay. Sorry, creepiness is allowed in here as long as you don't take it to the point where I feel scared. So no one told you that life was gonna be this way. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, you got the notification at lunch. Nice. Well, my curiosity is because I don't really know if there's like a plug-in to be able to keep track of like donation totals. So I'm just like, oh wait, we can go to the dashboard. Wait, start your live stream, don't worry. Okay. Built-in webcam, go. Wait, exit. Mother farter. Alright. Dude, I'm telling you, I used to be able to click this little... YouTube does not make it easy. I'm telling you, like, live streams are confusing as fuck sometimes, and they do not make it easy to like access your shit. Like basically, if you want to go into like the YouTube studio to manage your live streams, they don't make it easy. You have to like click on these things that like don't pertain to anything, and you've already gotten set up from Evin Gibson with the 2s. Ooh, it's a ghost. Are you scared? I would be scared of ghosts. I think ghosts are like the scariest topic, hence why I don't read them. This will be posted on YouTube. Yeah, everything goes up first on YouTube Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then honestly it's like months later that it makes it to the podcast, but just in like reformed audio and like bigger videos. Built-in webcam, streaming software. Okay, wait, what the fuck? No. Dude, this is painful. Like, does anyone... There's gotta be a way to man it, like to... Okay, I'm gonna go to... Guys, sorry for the meta bullshit here. I still got 7 minutes to just, like, figure my shit out. But, dude, I, like... Okay. We got... Maybe I can go... Options... No. Details? Analytics? Damn, dude, there used to be like, I swear to God, there used to be a fucking thing that I could go to, like in a YouTube studio, and it would take me right there, and then I could see like how much was, also it's already like hot as fuck. It's just like if you saw how insanely convoluted the live stream system is for YouTube, it's like you have to use a thing called Streamlabs OBS or OBS, which is like an external streaming software to stream whatever it is you want to stream. But then they also have their own like interactive system that every fucking time you go onto it, it asks you if you want to like download these exact same softwares that you already fucking have. And then it says like, oh, we don't know where yours is, or something like that, even though it's currently working and you guys are here listening to it. And I'm like, this is not user-friendly at all and confusing as shit. And I apologize. View, okay, live control room. That's where I wanted to... No, dude, It's like I go there and it's like asking me, welcome to the new YouTube live control room. When do you want to go live? I'm live right fucking now, YouTube. I'm existing in this world of being live. And everyone's probably on. Evan with the 5 says, hey yo, I just listened to the episode where the lady bought the old grandfather clock and some lady in white came out of it. Shit. Fucking haunted as fuck. JojasGames with the 5 says, hi, first time on a stream, just wanted to say, let you know, you're my favorite narrator. I've been listening for years. Listen to you while I'm at work. Thank you, Jojo. I appreciate that. I apologize I'm not being more engaging right now. My idea is that like I would totally be able to get in here, see that I can like see how much is like donated, so then I can know how much to like, you know, drink later on when we do the drunk live stream. This is almost like a preliminary, you know, Liz mentioned about that on Instagram, saying maybe you should practice for your live stream before you go, and honestly that was a good idea because built-in webcam, no setup required, using your first webcam, streaming software. Can I just exit this? Like, you can't even exit it, dude. It's just like the most like insanely nonsensical manner in which to go, like, because it just doesn't exist. Like, you just don't have the appropriate like clickables. Okay, later date, go to it, try again. No, don't try again. Oh my god, this is pain, dude. I'm really sorry. This is like probably the worst stream ever already. No, you didn't miss the B-Day. We'll start that 7 p.m. on June 3rd, Eastern Standard Time. Alright, streaming software, go. What? It just worked out of nowhere. What the dude, YouTube, you make no sense, man. Huh. Okay, so I can see, what if I click on it? Oh, I see it. There it is. Okay. Dude. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Okay, so I can see chat revenue on there already, though. But it doesn't... Oh, that's so... Viewer activity. I'm gonna have to download... I'm really sorry about this. Hannah with the 5 says, I don't know if I'll have service Thursday. Wait, if I'll have service Thursday, please put this towards your shot money count. And remember to pee. Thanks, bye. Oh, dang. Dang. See, it's weird because it's like, whatever. I don't know. Let's see, stream settings. Because it shows me like how much is donated, but it's like adding like tax credit to it already. So like you don't even know like the total count. But first off, guys, thanks for donating and thanks for being here. Sorry for fucking all this like behind this. I wish I had a producer. I wish I had some sort of fucking somebody that can help me. Am I still lifting? I am. Yeah, did shoulder press today with a bunch of auxiliary like upper body bullshit. But it's good to see you guys. You have a scary drunk driver story for your experience the other day in Las Vegas. That would be scary. We don't really, I mean, there's a lot of like bars around here and shit, but Samuel with the 5 says, I legit can't stand how much I crush your sexy voiced spooky reads. Sorry, YouTube blows. Big trip on the 12th. Horrifying camping trip stories, please. I beg. Dude, camping stories are one of my favorite. I definitely will be down with that. Just gotta get some more. You guys gotta go camping. It's summertime, my blokes. Amalie with the 5 says, thank you for the live stream. No matter what, I love them. It's what I needed tonight. Thank you, Amalie. It's good to see ya. Well, maybe there's like I think there's like a thing you can do that shows like a donate, like a stream goal, but I would have to like fuck around with that. JojasGames with the 5 says, almost forgot. Happy early birthday. Unfortunately, won't be able to join that stream, but I hope it's a lot of fun for you both in chat. Thank you, Jojo. Thank you. That's okay. It seems like a lot of... Oh, X actually meant to say I love you. Hannah was gonna beat you up. Love you too. Sup, dude? Just wanted to say that you're my favorite narrator as well. The stories you choose seem like the realest ones out of all. Oh, not. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it definitely can be a little bit tough sometimes getting like really solid ones, but been on a bit of a roll lately. I appreciate you guys sending them in. Speaking of which, you guys sending them in keep me alive, so please send them into reddit.com/r/letsreadofficial or letsreadsubmissions@gmail.com, where it seems like it's hard to convert everyone over to Reddit, even though Reddit is pure, unadulterated pain. Analytics? No. Wait, chat concurrent views. Average watch time. Average watch time 1 minute and 30 seconds. Thanks for sticking around, guys. The God of Pez with the 5 says, happy early birthday, stud. Please send a strong e-hug to my fiance, Coco the Monkey. She loves you almost as much as you. Oh, yeah. Big family hug all around to you guys. I appreciate it. What am I drinking for my B-Day? It's going to be peanut butter whiskey. It is, I had it last year. And it's got like a goat's, I think like a goat's head on it or something like that. I forget what the brand is, but you guys might be able to find it. You caught a groundhog barehanded today. Holy shit, did it scratch the shit out of you? That's scary. What possessed you to do such a thing? Get him out of the road, maybe. D-Shore with the 15. Thank you, D-Shore. D-Shore. Thank you. And Cheyenne Dory Bob with the 10 says, not trying to bring the vibe down, but if anyone hasn't heard about the 215 indigenous children found in Canada, please look into it. Really heartbreaking. Yeah, I did see that briefly pop up on Twitter, but I was like a mass grave. Oh yeah, Screwball is the drink. It was like a mass grave scenario, but I didn't look into it, and I wasn't sure, like, was that some sort of like human trafficking, like, because you know how like in Mexico sometimes they have or remember we were reading about like the cartel, and the fucking cartel straight up, like, you know, kill a bunch of people and then mass bury them or something like that. I didn't know if it was something like that, or, you know what I mean? Like, I figured there would be like some sort of association as to why there was a bunch of people in a mass burial, you know? I just didn't know the context there. That's crazy, though. Amy with the 5 says, thank you for always putting out the best stories, and the consistent uploads are out of this world. Happy early birthday. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. Trying to stay consistent. And Samuel with the 5 says, seriously though, I will straight turn that chocolate starfish into a meal if you hit some camping stories. You make road trips not blowing campfires better. Thanks, Sam. I will do my best. That reminds me of Limp Bizkit. Remember Limp Bizkit? The chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. Not my birthday yet. June 4th is officially my birthday, but we're starting to stream on June 3rd, 7 p.m. Way too sweet, yeah. Yeah, probably going to be drinking pickle juice to kind of like get some sodium in my system. It actually really helped last year, so every time I take a shot, I'll be taking a shot of the old pickly juice. Guys, we're gonna transition over to the reading screen. Enough of my bologna. Yeah, there's like this, I don't know, YouTube's like system is so weird, dude. Like, it's just, I'm not really sure how to like say it, but it was like really hard for me to get to this like YouTube studio-esque thing. Like, IDK, bro. I'm gonna transition out of this music, and we're gonna be in spooky mode now. Welcome. Hello, my friends. Hello. Pickle juice goes good with whiskey. It does. Yeah, it's a nice little mix. How long will that stream be? You know, I was thinking like if I'm not exactly sure what stories we're going with on the birthday stream, but excuse me. Say it like feels like it's like almost like coming to a close early. I might even just, fuck it, maybe I even just like bang out, what's it called, Mondays, sorry, might even bang out Monday's, video as well on that stream, I don't know, or just like do some random like subscriber stuff from email or over on the Reddit. First day as a software engineer, feels freaking awesome working from a computer. I left the scene, I dropped for good. Nice. Moving on up in the world, even though, obviously, good people are in that job, but sometimes you gotta follow where your heart takes you. Ransom, ooh. Stories about dreams. Dream! And Tommy in it. Throwaway Leon predicted UFOs in 2021. What's he about? Or they? Clapping the alien cheeks. Oh, yeah. Oh! Speaking of cheek clapping. It'd be funny if the music wasn't going at all. It's just me making weird gyrating noises. Carrie with a 50 Canadian dollarinos. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Carrie. Holy jizzbot. You know it would be funny. But maybe I could outsource somebody to be just like stick around the stream for the entirety of the birthday one and count and total up the, I'm sure, you know what, we could even make a game out of it. If you guys could total up the donations and stuff, and then you would know everyone would be able to keep me accountable on exactly when I need to do a shot. I don't know what that sounds like. But thank you again, Carrie. It's good to see you. Good to have you here. Oxy's playing Overwatch without me. Good. Get that game away from me. It's terrible. I hate it, and I want it to be deleted automatically from my computer. Cheyenne Dory Bob with the tenses. In short, the colonizers took indigenous native kids from their families and forced them into non-practicing their culture, forcing Christianity, Catholicism. There's much more, but not. Oh, okay. It was like a. Okay, it was like a historical, genocidal sort of like. I thought it was like new. I'm like, holy shit! Like, how the fuck did that many people? You know, how did something like that happen without like us being? I don't know, but yeah, okay. Sorry, that makes more sense, like in the historical context. But yeah, it's sad as fuck. The world is a sad, sad place, full of terrible, terrible history and terrible people. Just been murder since fucking day one, pretty much. Anime and weirdness. Hello, hello. Alright, guys. We got 7 GRINDR stories tonight. You guys been asking about this for a while. Crack the knuckles. Get them ready. These should be interesting, I hope. Did I play Resident Evil Village? I watched a lot of people play it. I didn't play it myself, though, but it looked cool. So the Pentagon releases the worst visible UFO videos, so where are they keeping the high-quality videos at? I think it's just on Secure Team 10's channel. Just go there. Pentagon releases everything indirectly through their YouTube channel called Secure Team 10. He's their proxy. Their spokesperson. You heard your ankle do that? What happened to your ankle? Have you seen Coraline? Yeah, a long time ago. It was like 2008, some shit like that. All right, let us spray. Start the show. Start the read. Monster Hunter? I tried Monster Hunter a little bit. I like that it was a lot like Dark Souls in overall gameplay, but like multiplayer. But unfortunately, I don't like Dark Souls that much. I like the idea and the art style and the, the world building and art and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, overall, I'm just not a fan of getting my ass kicked. GRINDR can be fun and all, but did I ever have a bad experience with it? God. Yes, I did. And let me tell you, it was not shit. Sandra with the 5 says, funny you say to follow your dreams, because that's what I decided to do recently. I want to do makeup professionally, eventually work in film and special effects. Nice. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I've been thinking about that a lot recently. Just like, you really do only get one life. It's kind of sad sometimes how, like, you only get one life, but, like, you're constantly told to, like, store up your wealth, stay safe in your house, you know what I mean? And just, like, don't fucking do anything, Don't do anything too exciting, too adventurous, too dangerous, But, like, I don't know. I definitely think there's, like, an evolutionary, like, natural, instinctual aspect about that where you just want to, like, stay comfortable indoors all day, every day. And I'm definitely guilty of that, but I don't know. How do you know we only get one life? I don't know that. One life to be a big loser. Yeah, bro, this is true. I don't know if we have one life. I really don't. But I also don't think that there's any evidence to indicate otherwise. Like if you look at, you look at a dog that you had growing up. That dog maybe aged to be 7 years old. He pissed and shit and cuddled and all that kind of good stuff that dogs do. And then they died whenever they were like 7, 8, 9, 10 years old or whatever. And as far as you know, that's the end of dog, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, the fate of dog befalls all of us one day. Now, maybe dog went on to be reincarnated into, a number 2 pencil eraser. And now you get to see him in school. You get to bring your dog into school, which is neat. Or maybe dog went to be reincarnated into Elon Musk, and now dog is a billionaire, trillionaire. I forget what he is. One of those two. He's going to invade Mars, and it's going to be sick. Hannah can't wait for heaven. I think we all can't wait. You know what? I'm not going to wait. I'm jumping into this story. God. Yes, I did. And let me tell you, it was not a fun experience. With the advent of dating apps and the preference options they provide, it's easier than ever to meet other gay people. The only trouble being sometimes you give away a little too much personal info without realizing it. So, back in 2014, I just made the decision to pack up my life for the oops. And I suck. Read the fucking story. Once again, just to get all the haters out of the way, listen, I'm going to be deviating a lot, especially on the drunk stream. I'm going to be like wasting your life talking about bullshit. So unless you enjoy that, this upload will be edited and ready to go on Patreon later tonight, and then on YouTube in its full entirety tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same time, same place. You know the dealio. So back in 2014, I had just made the decision to pack up my life for the very sunny Portugal. I'd come to learn that the capital city of Lisbon had a thriving art community and a gorgeous climate. Shit, is it Lisbon? It sounds almost British, but I feel like it's gotta sound not British. Lisbon? It's gotta be something like that. Wait, is there a Lisbon, Portugal? No way. My voice is ASMR. Thank you. What does ASMR stand for, and who even thought about that? Who, like, came up with that idea? Lisbon? I want to pronounce it right. I don't want to get it wrong. Okay. Okay, Lisbon. Whatever. Lesbon. Is it Lesbon? Lesbon. Well, I'm trying to think, like... It's lesbian. Oh, I'm British. No, Lisbon. Lesbon. Lesbon. Do you get ice cream cake mostly? I do like ice cream cake. Those are pretty good. I haven't had a cake in a long ass time though. But I do got some cake. Haha. Talking about my butt. Tanzania. It's just Lisbon, but I don't know. I mean, this guy said Lisbon. Maybe there's got to be like a natural born person. All right, this guy's from it. He's calling it Lisbon. Whatever. The context is this person's like English, so I'm sure they pronounce it like Lisbon, but autonomous sensory meridian response. Yeah, I wonder who thought of that. Oh, I'm saying it right. Okay. I'd come to learn that the capital city of Lisbon had a thriving art community and a gorgeous climate. The Barrio Alto and Principe Real neighbors had... Fuck. I had these actually... Okay. Principe Real. Okay. Principe Real and Barrio Alto. Okay. We got it. Rockin' and rollin' in the free world. The Barrio Alto and Principe Real neighborhoods also hosted some of the best gay party scenes in Europe, but the thing that tipped the balance for me was when a friend told me that Lisbon was the bear capital of the world, and considering you can't swing a cat in my area without hitting a twink or an otter, that little tidbit sealed the deal. I was excited to be living in a new, vibrant city, and my Portuguese was getting better by the day. The only trouble was, I didn't really know anyone, and being something of a social butterfly, it was something I'd have to remedy, and fast. I tried dating apps periodically back in my home area, but if you're hitting up the gay bars on a Friday and Saturday night, you don't really need any help hooking up. But I knew my area like the back of my hand. I grew up there, yet here was Lisbon, an entirely new place. It couldn't hurt to find myself a cute tour guide, especially one that might fancy buying me a few drinks. So I downloaded Tinder, GRINDR, and one or two other apps, but I definitely had the most success on GRINDR. I think maybe because it's more geared towards LGBT folks. Either way, as much as it wasn't traditionally how I'd made friends in the past, GRINDR did turn out to be a pretty nifty solution to my lack of social life. Or at least, so it seemed. Because it turns out that the dating app experience is a universal one. Even for straight folks, it's a case of a match and don't talk, Imagine don't talk over and over again. I mean, I did go... Whoops. This is live, baby. What's good? What's good? We're reading some GRINDR stories. GRINDR sounds like a Pokemon. GRINDR. GRINDR. I'm gonna read this story about the guy who disappeared in a foreign country. Maybe. Perhaps, perhaps. Miss Molly with the 5 says, Joel, my love, happy Pride. How are you tonight? I'm pretty good. Happy you decided to stream tonight. I missed you. Thank you, Molly. Are you gonna be here for my birthday? For my birthday on... Well, birthday's June 4th, but we're starting June 3rd, 7 p.m. I might even do a community post here, kind of like I did on social media. Which, by the way, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instaslam. Twitter is Let's Read Creepy. Instagram is... What is Instagram? Let's Read .official. IDK. I mean, I did get to... Shit, that sounded weird. I mean, I did get to go out on a date with a German trainee teacher, and oh my god, he was so cultured and so hot, and I was just there for it. Other than that, though, for the first 2 months or so, my entire life was pretty much confined to 2, like, different Lisbon streets. One where I did my shopping, and the other where my flat and favorite coffee shop was. The point is, I was itching to see more of Lisbon, but I wasn't keen on the idea of doing it alone. So almost every time my phone buzzes, I'd get excited. So one day, same thing happens. I get a message from a private profile saying, "You're cute. I've seen you around." Wait, what's this? What's ISCTE? Is that in Portugal? Is that in Portugal? Guys, is that... Do you think that's in Portugal? University Institution of Lisbon. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's a university. Fun fact, I remember correctly, moose can dive down to 20 meters below water. This means you could watch a moose get eaten by a killer whale. Well, would a killer whale attack a moose, though? I guess if they're hungry enough, maybe. That would be wild. You know those, like, cool shirts you get where they're, like, wolves and fucking dolphins are all in, like, some, like, ice, you know, paradise? I want to see a fucking moose fighting a killer whale underwater in one of those. You thought I said beer capital? I hope I said bear. If I got bear wrong, that would be bad. Moose can drive? Yeah. They drive Priuses. The music, yeah, the music doesn't fit quite the same. Capitalism. What's capitalism? That's like whenever you talk about the capitals of countries and stuff. Capitalism is when is like a grammatical process, and where you go through, you're like an editor for someone's Reddit post, and you capitalized all the nouns and, you know, first letters of the first word of each sentence. Cheyenne Dory Brother 2 says, or maybe the moose would attack the orca. Oh yeah. Dude, orca are fucking cool, man. Orca are cool as shit. Honestly, I'm kind of convinced pretty fast, but yeah, I hope they just never... I hope they never bring them into captivity again. They're just the coolest animals. And Kit Kat with the 10 says, I'm sending a super chat literally just for you to say pee-pee. Pee-pee. I just took a pee-pee in my pants. What's my favorite cake flavor? Whew. You know, sometimes I'm back and forth between chocolate versus vanilla. And honestly, I kind of like I just really need my cake to be moist, you know what I mean? Nail varnish. What's nail varnish? Isn't varnishy something you put on like fences whenever you're cleaning a fence or something, or what? Why is my voice amazing? I don't know. Capitalism is a type of economy. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. I was confused. Hello from Oregon. Hello, hello. So one day, same thing happens. I get a message from a private profile saying, "You're cute. I've seen you around ISCTE." I got a burp. Excuse me. I should probably... explain in the story like what ISCTE is for people who don't know, because the University Institute of Lisbon. So one day, same thing happens. I get a message from a private profile saying, "You're cute. I've seen you around ISCTE, which is the University Institute in Lisbon." Now on its own, that's nothing to freak out about. My uni had quite a big student body and quite an international one at that, so I'm still buzzing to have gotten a message, so I spend the evening chatting with them. He seemed nice. It's not like sparks were flying or anything, but I was definitely cool with meeting up with him. At first, anyway. Because the next day I get a message from him saying, "I stopped by Cafe X today. Didn't see you there." It just so happened that my profile picture was taken at this cafe, but it wasn't like I was standing outside it. You'd have to have a good eye to be able to recognize where I was. I was a bit taken aback, but mostly impressed that he recognized the location. He obviously knew it well, and I figured if we frequented the same coffee shops, we might be a good fit. How naive I was. The message progressed to random ones saying things like, "The things I do to you." Now, I kind of like the attention, but unsolicited, it just got a bit overwhelming. I messaged him back saying I was a bit busy with all my studies. I actually was at that time, so it wasn't entirely a lie, and I might not be able to meet up for a while. I promised him I'd text him if I'd found myself with a free evening and thanked him for being so friendly, a polite way of saying, "Please back off." I thought that kind of subtle... Joel wears maid dresses. I got one on right now. Library voices. Shh. You've always thought the men that wear nail varnish are goths. Maybe. I'm sure people who wear nail varnish cover a wide gamut of demographics. Alright, I kind of thought that this sort of subtle speak might suffice, but apparently not. I didn't get a message from him for a couple of days, and I was actually quite relieved that he was mature enough to respect my wishes. But then came the message that changed the way I felt about the situation entirely, and I think you'll agree that some of these are objectively creepy. "You good cute today." You good cute today? Is that what they meant to say? "The Rock has returned." Hello, Rock. "I can smell what you're cooking. A big pile of poop." Cheyenne Dory Bob with the 2 says, "When I get married, would you be my maid of honor?" Obviously. 100 degrees over there, holy shizzers. It's been like oddly cold here for some reason on the East Coast. I don't know if anybody else is on the East Coast, but yeah, I'm still in my 2002 emo phase, MySpace. I just couldn't give it up. It was too much of a vibe.
Hey, listen!
Anybody see any good horror movies? Recommendations? I don't know. I feel like just movie production and fucking game production has been just like so fucking backed up lately. I hope things get better though. You look cute today. I was half asleep when I read that one, and at first it just came across as nice, albeit a little bit bewildering. But then the implication hit me. He'd seen me at some point that day. He'd seen me and he just watched. That really creeped me out. Voyeurism has never been something I've been into, and again, unsolicited, and it's downright creepy. A couple of days later, the message that read, "The new Saw movie looks like trash. Genshin Impact is a good game." Nice. I turned my friend onto that game because I said I was going to play with him, and then I didn't fucking download it. I feel bad. That's probably one of the most evil things I've ever done in my life. Do I ever stream games? I used to, but like, we're almost at like 500 viewers, and like you would see the viewership go from 500 people to like 40. So I kind of like am motivated by the fact that you guys are actually here, and I'd like to, I don't know, I feel like when you subscribe to this place, like obviously I go on my rants, but like the number one thing that you guys sub for is the spooky stories. Carrie, you need my love. Need your love. I need your love. The first... Oh, I didn't see the second Quiet Place. Is that out now? I was curious. Kit Kat with a 5 says, if you want a good war movie, watch All Quiet on the Western Front. Okay. Interesting. Is that like really old? Like World War I era? What do I do when not YouTubing? Singy, singy, sing. Sing, singy, sing. I just sing. Just non-stop singing. I'm an opera singer in my spare time. At the local opera house around here. Sometimes I really hit that note that just shatters your fucking brain. Okay, where the fuck was I? He'd seen me at some point at Downright Creep. A couple days later, I got it. A couple of days later came the message that read, I saw you walking out of a building near ISCTE. Is that where your apartment is? And he sent another suggesting we had mutual friends and that we should all hang out. I felt creeped on, smothered, and it was gross. And honestly, I didn't feel safe at all. I stopped replying to his messages and just hoped he'd take the hint. I know I should have just deleted GRINDR and maybe used a different app, but I had a couple of guys I was talking to and was just about getting comfortable enough to meet up and swap numbers, and I didn't want to throw that away because of one bad experience. Again, he left in a couple of days before he messaged me again. Whoops. Rest in peace, Joe Rogan. What happened to Joe Rogan? Is he alright? Let me look up Joe Rogan news. Joe Rogan criticized, mocked after pooping his pants because he took too much DMT and became an ape. Whatever. I need your gloves. I need your gloves. Okay. A couple of days later came the message. I read blah blah blah. I stopped replying to his messages and just hoped he'd take the hint. I know I should have just deleted GRINDR. Wait. I had one bad experience. Again, he left it a couple of days before he messaged me again. Okay. Again, he left it a couple of days before he messaged me again. But when he did, it was literally the one thing I didn't want to read. I think it's really rude how you're just ignoring me. I don't think I deserve such treatment. Why don't I come over to your place and we can talk this out like adults? It seemed he'd taken the time to work out that it was indeed the building near the ISCTE that I'd... Motherfucker. Joe Rogan was killed by bears? Oh my god. What the fuck? DMT is all a lie. Has anyone ever taken DMT? I suggest you don't, but has anyone ever done that? Joe Rogan is annoying as fuck. Yeah, Joe Rogan, I mean, I'm sure if you met him in person, whatever, but like, I just don't really like, and I don't really listen to him anymore. and sometimes he gets good guests, and I would watch like his clips because I want to hear what his guests had to say. But like, I just don't really like how like he never really seems like he gets smarter. You know what I mean? I mean, he does for sure, but like he never really seems like his interviewing skills are anything beyond just like some frat bro who's like high as fuck and it's like, bro, dude, this guy's a fucking whiz kid, or you know what I mean? Like it sort of comes off as just very immature. But I understand that like he's sort of the transitionary mass appeal. You know what I mean? Like the majority of people are going to watch him because he was a stand-up comedian, because he, I don't know, ate spiders or some shit like that on a TV show at one point and does kicky kicks, you know, on the MMA. But I do admire, though, that when he gets like good guests that have some decent insight on stuff, you know. You lobe me? Thank you. I lobe you too. DMT is pretty good. You just gotta calm down with the hippie side of it all. What is that? I'm confused. Hey Sapphire, what's up? What's up? Alright, I fucking suck at reading. Can I just get better at it? It seemed he'd taken the time to work out that indeed the building here... Oh, okay. The building was... Okay, I see. They had a little bit of a spelling mistake and it threw me off. It's not me, it's you. Just kidding. It seemed he'd taken the time to work out that it was indeed the building near the ISCTE that I lived in, and I can't even describe how horrible that feeling of being trapped was. I didn't even want to go near the lovely balcony that overlooked the street, just in case he was watching or something. Knowing the building that I lived in was one thing. Knowing the exact apartment was another thing entirely. The last thing I messaged him before I blocked him was, "If I see you around my flat, I'm calling the police." After blocking his account, he made a new one and basically begged me to go out with him. He was a little bit older than me and confessed he'd never had a boyfriend. Granted, that did make me feel a bit sorry for him, but pity isn't something I want to feel for a partner. And given how Fuck. Tag team with The Rock? Who we taking on, Rock? Fucking Undertaker? Stone Cold Steve Austin? Proof Freedom? Nah, it's okay. I appreciate it, though. Have you ever gotten together with Mr. Nightmare? Nah, never did. Never did. Joel, are the 4th and 9th close enough? Can I humbly be your sidekick? You can. Birthday sidekicks? I didn't know your birthday was the 9th. That's cool. It's right after. We can celebrate yours as well on the 7 p.m. on the 3rd. Do a little countdown. We do a little countdowning. Let's see, the 9th is a Wednesday. Okay, so that's... Maybe might even stream on the 8th going into the 9th. Never watch a horror movie in yurt that's in the forest. It's terrifying trying to go back to the other yurt that's also in the forest. What's a yurt? And given how overbearing and... God damn it, dude, I suck. I can't find a rhythm. And given how overbearing and stalkery he could be, I reckon that I'd have to get a little bit more creative to get shut of him without getting murdered. You just turned 35? Nice, I'm about to turn 31. Let's go. Let's go. And given how... Your mom. And given how overbearing and stalkery he could be, I reckoned I'd have to get a little bit more creative to get shut of him. Oh, okay, get rid of him with that. Okay, I see. And given how overbearing... motherfucker, dude. It's like I see. You ever like you're okay? This is my biggest issue when I read. I'll read, and I'll be reading one word, but my eyes will be looking at the next word, and then I'll mix them together, and it's fucking weird. Imagine being 31. You'll be there one day, Liz. You'll be there one day. And given how overbearing and stalkery he could be, overbearing. I don't know why I had to say it like bear, because for some reason it sounds poop shit. All right, poop shit. And given how overbearing and stalkery he could be, I reckoned I'd have to get a little bit more creative to get rid of him without getting murdered. I told him, yes, I think I can manage a meetup, but my boyfriend is visiting from the UK, so he'd have to come with us. I didn't have a boyfriend, in case it wasn't clear. He was just so sickly romantic that I figured a free love approach might put him off. He told me he'd set up a date, and I braced myself for the next wave of psycho-obsessiveness, but to my pleasant surprise, he never bothered me again. Looking back, I don't think he'd ever attack me. I think he was just really, really desperate. But all the true crime I've ever watched involving stranger danger was just a textbook example of how he was acting, and it really, really freaked me out. I still do feel a bit sorry for him, and I hoped he chilled out and found someone lovely, but I don't regret blocking him and taking the hostile approach that I did, because when it comes to dating apps, the one thing I've learned is that it's better to be safe than sorry, and to always trust your instincts. Okay, solid start. Might not be like the featured story out the gate, but hopefully some of these are... I kind of was half anticipating that dude to like show up or do something wild. Something straight wild. 30 is still young. Yeah, I mean, people say... I think like 30 seems old to people because there's... I think the cultural thing... Okay, listen. The cultural thing is that people are so used to like our media, right? Our entertainment, all of these particular things, constantly being geared towards younger people all the time, like constantly like almost building entire, forms of entertainment specifically around them that like as you get older and older, you sort of like people just get disinterested with those sort of newer forms of content and entertainment that they start to a degree feel irrelevant. But I never really enjoyed that concept of like saying you're old, you know what I mean? Because it really does come down to like how you feel, and if you're staying healthy, eating healthy, or trying your best to at least, and you're still up getting around, you know what I mean? You might as well just fucking live life as best you can, Laura with the 10 says, I'm sorry I haven't been here, but appreciate you, Joel. Hope you haven't forgotten me. How are you? How's Pradeep? Give him a pat for me. I'm okay, but exhausted. Hugs to you and everything. Thank you, Laura. Have not forgotten about you. I honestly, sometimes I feel more comfortable in like, live streams and stuff because, I don't know. I see familiar names and that kind of thing, and it just makes me feel more comfortable in the stream, But thank you, Laura. I hope, Pradeep is good. He is not in the room currently, but I'm sure I'll hear him banging his body against the door here eventually. Time waits for no one, you little shits. This is true. Yeah, what's Darkness Prevail's like upload schedule like? I haven't checked his upload schedule. You have to put me in the nursing home soon. Liz, I'll shit myself specifically for you, if just so you can practice wiping my fucking butt. Sort my moderators out. I don't even think any moderators are in fucking chat right now. Why? What happened? Let's Read definitely has the best voice and stories. Plus he uploads frequently and lobes us all. I'm full of lobe. Darkness Prevails dropped a video a couple days ago. Okay, nice. Carlos says, yo, I squatted 205. Mind you, I weigh 136. That's dope. Yeah, keep going. It's kind of crazy, like, how strong you can get even when you're kind of like on the lighter side. Like, you should look up some of the numbers in the world records. Like, smaller people are like, by comparison to their size, you know, even when you like see someone who gets up to like 240 or something like that, they might not even be that much stronger than someone who's in like the 170s region or something. It's kind of crazy. But do you low blow bus? How does someone become a moderator? I don't know. I guess I just have to be familiar with you, you know what I mean? Know that you're sort of not... I think if anybody asks to be a moderator, they will tend to not be one, you know what I mean? Because, I don't know, there's a lot of people who have like, who want to be moderators in different stuff, and then they just like sort of enjoy their little like minor experience of power within a very niche community too much, you know what I mean? And it's sort of awkward, you know? You just want someone who's mature and doesn't really like, you know, and just knows basic etiquette, I guess. Cherry5 says, hey all, good to be back with y'all listening to Joel's sweet ass voice, baby. That's what I like to... What's up, Cherry? How are you? What have you been up to? $78-year-old boyfriend. Hey, you gotta lock them down. Get their inheritance. Standing squats or leg press machine? I can leg press way more than I can squat. Yeah, I think, yeah, like back squat is, I mean, I prefer that, and that's what I do. I don't really do the leg press machine ever. I don't even know if we have one where I'm at, but, you know, normal squat is part of that like compound lift that like works a lot of like different parts of your body, you know what I mean? Even if it is squat, it's like every aspect of your body's like engaged, and you just get a better workout overall. You mod for Reximus? What does Reximus do? Hashtag who wants to be a moderator? I don't. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a pretty chill chat. I know Hannah was here. Sometimes Lila's here. I don't even know. But sometimes people lurk, you know, the moderators lurk. Like they're doing other shit. But for the most part, I feel like you've all been rather well behaved, so I don't have to drop the hammer. Your upper body is really strong and buff. Lower body is crap. That's alright. You just gotta get stronger and eat food. Pretty straightforward. Just find a good program and you'll get there. Hard at work on that game series that I want you to have a role in, hoping you have a tech demo and all. Oh, okay. That'd be dope. I would love to be a part of that. I mean, it's been a dream of mine to be, you know, involved in some sort of video game situation, you know. I think it would be a lot of fun. I'm excited. Yeah. What was it about again? Yeah, never skip leg day. Never skip leg day. You can't do pull-ups, but you punch hard. Gotta get those pull-ups in. Pull-ups, push-ups. Even if you did like, you know, half of one, I'm sure you get there. At Let's Read. What's up, Carrie? Carrie, I feel bad. Sometimes I feel like your chat is like way behind everyone else's, because sometimes I feel like you're like asking me a question that was like in the chat, or like in the, I don't even know, brought up like a while ago. I know everybody's like chat is kind of delayed sometimes. What's the subreddit? reddit.com/r/let's-read-official. And then also, you know, there's, what's it called? Email, sorry. Let's read submissions at gmail.com. Just start squeezing fruit every day from a small like lemons and getting bigger until you squash a watermelon. There you go. Just gotta find the appropriate fruits. Using resistance bands can help your upper body work. Yeah. Yeah, anything that like requires a degree of like further stabilization, I guess you could say. Definitely hear good things about resistance bands. Billy Squire, Everybody Wants You. Is that a song? On Instagram, yeah. At letsread.official on the gram. Does that make you a boomer? Yeah, I think I'm a boomer. Yeah. Summer of 2019, I'm browsing some GRINDR. Fuck. Summer of 2019, I'm browsing some GRINDR profiles when I come across this guy that looked like a cuter, twinkier version of my ex-boyfriend, Alejandro. I was smitten. I think I have a thing for Latino guys, and this one tickled. God damn it. Fantasy RPG, kinda hack and slashy, the story of trying to find this magical objects hidden throughout the world it's set in and why they exist, uncovering the past of the world the characters live in. Nice. What kind of gameplay is it? I remember I fucking loved. It was hard, but I really enjoyed Hyper Light Drifter, if you've ever played that game. That one was sick. And of course, like the different Zeldas, always very inspirational. You have a Dig Bick. What's up? Nice name. But yeah, I love indie games. Indie games are a lot of fun. Yeah, also, if like, I don't even know how to do it. Like, I wish there was a way I could just like do like frequently asked questions, and then if you just go down to the description below, you can find like the subreddit, you can find the email, you can find my social media, all that shit is down below. I feel like a lot of people ask the same questions. Nikki with the 2 says Gemini season, baby, celebrating the 4-0, y'all. Nice, Nikki. That is exciting, honestly. How will this decade be better than the last?
Hey, listen.
I think I have a thing for Latino guys, and this one ticked all my boxes. He was actually from Argentina, so the accent had me swooning, and after I made him laugh with my terrible Spanish, we agreed to meet up for some cocktails one night at a bar here in Austin. When we met, his attitude was a huge red flag. He seemed temperamental and bratty, but my God, it was the weirdest turn-on for me coming from him. Anyone else and I'd think I'd have been searching for an excuse to leave early. But this guy, I could have sat and listened to him talk for hours. He was so intense and got so mad about certain political topics, but if you hadn't guessed already, that Latin passion was something wild horses couldn't pull me away from. Oh, and another thing, I had expected to be paying for the drinks all night. Not trying to be too presumptive, just a dynamic I'd experienced previously since I was a few years older. But this guy was pulling his credit card out left and right and center, and some of our drink orders were pretty steep. I had no idea how someone so young could afford such amenities, but needless to say, I was impressed. They did, however, talk like a machine gun. They jumped from topic to topic, with the overarching theme being essentially, I have a lot of money, don't need to work, and I don't know what to do with my life. Sounds like one of those good problems, right? In anyone else, that kind of attitude would have maybe rubbed me the wrong way, but like I said, I could have listened to that accent all night. At one point during the date, this absolute bear of a man approached my date, whispered something in his ear, and my date kind of waved him away. My first thought is that this person was asking if they could buy him a drink and that he'd rightly dismissed them since he was out with me. But there was something else about the way they acted that made me think they'd met previously. I asked my date if he knows that guy, and he says no. But some people aren't very good at lying, and my date was one of them. I just smiled, nodded, and took the answer at face value. It wouldn't do me any good to start a pointless argument at this stage. And besides, It wasn't long after that they let slip about something that explained some of their more erratic behavior, and maybe even that weird interaction with the older guy. He told me that he was sorry if it seemed a little tense. It's just that he missed his daddy, who had been in an accidental shooting and was still recovering in the hospital. I told him he didn't have to talk about it and that I was really sorry it had happened, but he took it upon himself to vent about it to me, and I was more than willing to be the shoulder to cry on, so to speak. But after I noticed a few weird inconsistencies with what they were saying, creepiness and red flags started popping everywhere, and the more he talked, the more it sounded like his family was involved in some kind of organized crime. I thought I might have just been a bit overdramatic and, well, assuming a Latino guy was involved in crime just because he has money? That's some problematic thinking right there, I thought. But it wasn't the incident with his wallet that convinced me he was bad news. A few hours into the date, the tough-looking guy approaches him again, and he doesn't show a shred of shame that I'd obviously caught him out as. Little Uzi stories. I only been out here like 3 days. Wirelessly charge yourself. That's funny. Alright. Mashed potatoes. Nice. Hell yeah. It's kind of weird. Like, I think about mashed potatoes that I have at, like, friends' houses, and it's, like, never that great. And, like, but then when you go to some restaurants, like, their mashed potatoes are just fucking lit. It's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. They got the most delicious mashed potatoes. A few hours into the date, the tough-looking guy approaches him again, and he doesn't show a shred of shame that I'd obviously caught him lying. Another huge red flag right there, but the date was about to end, so again, no point making a scene over it. My date apologizes, tells me he has to leave, and promises me that he'll text me before he gets up and leaves. But, oh no. He's left his wallet on the table, and when I finally notice, I chase after him to give his wallet back. I'm almost caught up to him in the street outside the bar when the tough-looking guy tackles me so hard it almost knocks me off my feet. The guy is cursing in Spanish at me, winding up his fist to knock my teeth out, and I'm completely terrified, begging him, please don't hit me, he forgot his wallet. I have, insert the guy's name's wallet. And there wasn't even a hint of an apology from either of them. That guy's card must have had a limit in the thousands, but they didn't seem to be bothered that he'd almost lost it, nor that I'd been nice enough to return it. Again, that really didn't sit right with me, but I didn't get any confirmation. Banana. Again, I didn't really sit right with me, but I didn't get any confirmation on this. Okay. Mashed potatoes through a straw. Dude, there's nothing that pisses me off more than when you get, like, a milkshake or something from wherever, ice cream town, and the fucking straw is just too thin. Too thin to the point that you have to fucking, like, wait till it melts and it's, like, not as good anymore. You know what I mean? It turns back into fucking milk. And so if anybody here runs an ice cream shop, for the love of God, get some fucking thick straws. Just pony up the extra diameter spendage, because I don't know, shit's annoying. I ain't trying to suck that hard, you feel me? Again, that didn't really. Okay, I gotta finish this story. Extra cheese, hell yeah. Mauricio Rosero. Is that how you say it? Mauricio? With the 5 says, you're the GOAT. Thank you, Mauricio. Thank you. California has paper straws for everything. Dude, I've tried the paper straws. Fuck paper straws, dude. And I mean that in the sense of like they're just a substantially worse product overall, because like you go to suck on them and they feel fucking weird on your mouth, like just like tactilely. Yeah, pony up the dough. We need the thick straws. I'm serious though, like, and the paper straws suck butt because like they feel weird on your tongue. They feel weird like you're licking fucking cardboard, and you're not a cat, you know, I don't think. And like, and then eventually they start to like break down, which is the whole, I guess, the point of them or whatever the fuck, you know. But it's like it starts to like break down in your drink, so it's like the structural integrity of it's not even like, you know, worthwhile. I don't know. It's almost like you got a fucking time limit on how long you can enjoy your drink, because that straw is gone. And it's gonna be gone soon. It's gonna be essentially like a dissolved mold in your drink at the top, just floating there, and you're like, oh, okay. Guess I'll just be eating paper. Cereal straws. Now, cereal straws I can get down with because, dude, yeah, why? I don't even know. Stupid. Just make some fucking sweet-ass straws. One's made out of chocolate. Dude, random fucking squirrels and shit. Turtles love chocolate. Turtles love chocolate. Again, that really didn't sit right with me, but I didn't get any confirmation on this until months later. I told my roommate about the weird date, and she was fascinated. Being something of a true crime addict, she was dying to know if the guy I'd been out with was the son of some Mexican cartel kingpin or something. But I told her she could safely rule that out, since he was, Argentinian, not Mexican, but that turned out to be the one piece of information she'd need. Turns out his dad was killed over drug-related matters, and was apparently quite the rising star in the Rio? Where the fuck? Rio Negro? Where's that at? It's in the Amazon. It means Black River. It's waters or something. Oh, okay. Where's this at? Geography. The source of the Rio Negro lies in Colombia in the department of... Is it Guyana? Where the river is known as the... Okay. Interesting. Drink your water with a chocolate straw, you better. You better if you give a shit about turtles. Do you have a job outside of YouTube? I do. I'm a professional wrestler. Do I like the dessert, dirt, and worms? Oh yeah, those are good as fuck. I haven't had those in years. I don't mind worms as a candy, but I feel like you kind of have to like suck on them and let them dissolve in your mouth. Otherwise, like, I don't really like. I hate like worms that are like way too fucking chewy, and you're just like, ew, what fucking substance is this gelatinous plastic in my mouth right now? I've gotten all the sweet out of it. That's the point of the straws. They suck. That was the big selling point. I'm an opera singing wrestler, yeah. Every time I come out, I wear my, since I'm a faceless YouTuber, I come out wearing my opera mask. Cake or biscuits? Like, how do I pronounce it? Dude, definitely cake, but biscuits are fucking good, especially you get good biscuits. Dude, the biscuits at KFC, definitively overrated. I want to go ahead. I mean, I've been on the record, and I'm going on the record again, saying that the KFC sides poop shit. It's not that they just create poop shit in your body, it's that they are poop shit from the very beginning. And this is I'm calling out KFC. I don't care if you were thinking about sponsoring my birthday stream or, you know, leaving a big dono for the next one. I don't care. I'm trying to better your product, and I swear to God, you need to find new methods in which to make your sides tastier, because a lot of them I'm gonna be real with you. Kind of fucking bland. Kind of fucking bland, dude. And, dude, they have like these dessert biscuits, which are literally just like the biscuit with like cinnamon cum on them or something like that. And they taste like two separate entities, like where it's just the biscuit, dry as fuck, with some sort of sweet sauce. Am I an Aussie? I could be. Fucking Aussie, bruv. You want to draw the skull astronaut fighting the Wendigo, but would it be accurate? I don't know. We'll have to consult the lore. Does anyone know the Let's Read lore? KFC has left the chat. Say GIRTH. What's that? Is that a new government entity? Turns out his dad was killed over drug-related matters and was apparently quite the rising star in the Rio Negro cocaine trade down there in Argentina. The killers hadn't been caught yet, and everything was incredibly sketchy. It was not a professional, but a partner in crime. Some kind of business arrangement gone very, very wrong, and they were trying to throw the cops off the scent by telling people it was, drumroll, an accidental shooting. Then, when I saw a picture of the guy who'd been shot, he looked exactly like an older, less moisturized... Jesus Christ, this is a funny sentence. Oh my god. Cheddar Bay biscuits. Oh yeah, dude, the fucking... I mean, those are good. The ones straight from, like, Red Lobster, Cheddar Bay biscuits, and then if you go to Texas Roadhouse, those biscuits are good as fuck, especially if you dip them in the buttercream. The sugar buttercream. Those are amazing. Man. I don't know. I just wish all food was the best ever, but it's not. It's not. Not everything can be made by Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, honestly, KFC needs to step their game up. If they want to be competitive, they need to get rid of the feathers that you find in your bucket and up their quality. They just need to get a new chef. I don't know if the Colonel is still like in the back making food still, as like a Weekend at Bernie's corpse or something, just cooking your shit. Yes, sir. Today we're having a little bit of chicken, and then like a worm falls out into your shit. What do you think is the best food ever? Oh man, that's a good question. Honestly, it just depends on how it's prepped. Some of the best food I've ever had, where I was stuffed. I was fucking stuffed in all holes because I ate so much. Was food I had in Clemson, South Carolina. This place called the Smoked Pig. I was passing through visiting a friend for a few days. Me and some friends went to say hi, and holy shit, the Smoked Pig. And it was noon. It was noon. And this place had an hour wait. Also, I found it very interesting in Clemson, South Carolina. I think I've told this story before, but I found it very interesting that people in that area, they didn't really seem to eat in a lot, and cook food at home. It would be like 10 p.m., and there would just be like lines, like there'd be the strip mall of all the fast food restaurants and shit. And there would just be lines and lines of cars and people like just awake at these late hours just getting fast food. And it was not like Clemson's like a big town or anything like that. It was weird. It was strange. But if all the food around there is as good as the Smoked Pig, shit, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't cook at home. I would never be able to match that quality. Americans love food. Dude, if there's one particular tactile sensation that makes life worth living, it's fucking food. It's fucking food. There's not a single other experience in your entire existence that will make you more happy to exist than shoveling some fucking smoked pork cooked to perfection down your gullet. It might be because of the military presence. My brother's in NC, and it's like that around there. Well, it was like it's a college area too, so there's a lot of students. That would make sense. But I don't know if did the military presence increase in the area, or I mean, this was a few years ago. Super creative restaurants like the one that used to be a Methodist church. During that renovation, they turned the altar into a bar. Nice. You have to like step up to it and shit. Get on your knees and they dump a shot in you. Alright, why are we spamming girth? Because it's my soon to be girth day. I don't like spam. I don't care that you say girth, I just don't like spam. And you're gonna get put in timey outie like a little baby bitch for fucking spamming. Birth of the girth. Why are we talking about girth? Anyways, let me read this story. Then, when I saw a picture of the guy who had been shot, he looked exactly like an older, less moisturized version of my date. It was uncanny. That's when the penny dropped, and I knew where all that wealth came from. And not only that, but desperate clues were all over. Wait, desperate? Disparate? Is that a word? Michelle Bell with the 2. Thank you, Michelle. Desperate. Disparate. Fundamentally distinct or different in kind. Entirely dissimilar. Okay. Thank you, Michelle.
Hey, listen.
Then, when oh, fuck, I already read that. And not only that, but disparate clues were all over those articles which pointed out that he might just be the next target, and that a huge chunk of their money had gone missing. I can't remember exactly what the article said, but it heavily implied that the dealer's family had gone into hiding somewhere, having probably taken the stolen money with them, and if that was true, they'd most definitely be the target of rival cartel hitmen. Hitmen. Like Pikmin. There's a new game out by Nintendo called Hitman. Oh, shit. Ooh. Wiggy, wiggity, whack. Wiggity, wiggity, whack. Carrie with the $50 donation from Canada says, can't wait till Thursday. We're going to get lit. 50, don't like it. Soon I'm hoping shots will help. They will. I will feel quite lubed up, if that's the case, if Carrie's in the building. Thank you, Carrie. Seriously, holy cow. Shit. This is going to be fun. I'm excited. Gonna get the alcohol tomorrow, get everything ready. I wish there was like a plug-in, and I do believe that there is a plug-in for OBS that totals the amount donated, but I just can't seem to find it. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with streaming and plugins and all that kind of stuff, but moderators, more like momerators. Time for time out. So my birthday is June 4th, but we're going to start an early stream since my only streaming day is Thursdays, but we're going to be starting at 7 p.m. on Thursday, and go into midnight for the B-Day. Joel, you say you lobe us, but do you lube us? Yes. Cardi B is wonderful. She is. She crazy. Oh, yeah, Chari5 for donos. Yeah, it's so... Dude, I don't know. Have you live streamed? Because it is a really inconvenient experience that when I first started the stream, I was, lost. Because I bring up... Okay, so you bring up... Sorry, this is like an IT question here. But, bring up I don't know, the live stream command center, as they say. But then it like asks you these questions, like, do you have a camera? Do you have streaming software? And it's like, yes, yes, or whatever, you know, and like, and then, but it's like, well, we don't recognize it, and it's like, why do what? Like, there's, you have to use another software anyways. Why do I have to go through hoops? You would probably need to set up the donation bar in Streamlabs, and you can set the initial amount you already have. Okay, yeah, that's the thing, is I can't, like, I use Streamlabs OBS, and there's like, I don't fucking know. There's just like, it's like really easy to use, like plugins for Streamlabs, but it's just like really stupidly confusing, unnecessarily. Do you have a girlfriend? Yeah, it's you, Fry. You know, you were in timeout for saying, not for saying girth too much, for fucking spamming girth. And it gets so annoying. It just, oh, come on. Stop spamming. You're taking up all the good chat time with silly words. Aren't you going out with your family and friends on your birthday? Yeah, you know, probably on the weekend. Do something with family, do something with friends. But y'all's is be my family, firstest and foremost. And if this was true, they'd most definitely be the target of rival cartel hitmen. The man who kept bothering us wasn't some interloper looking to steal my date from me. He was a bodyguard, something I hadn't quite figured out at the time of the tackling incident. I know, but hindsight is 20/20, isn't it? And this also meant that there was a slim chance that whoever was looking to kill him might have found him while he was out on our date. Maybe that's why they got out of there so suddenly. They'd been tipped off or something. Maybe felt something was off or wrong. I could have been killed in the crossfire. Maybe they'd have thought that I was involved somehow and just killed me too. Obviously, I didn't want to see the guy again, but I did feel like I owed him an explanation. He had enough going on in his life, and I didn't want to give an already damaged person some kind of abandonment complex. But when I went to text, the message wouldn't deliver, and when I called, a recorded message told me the number had been disconnected. To be honest, I think they got him. Maybe only 36 hours after our date. I think I really did narrowly dodge witnessing. Oh. I think I really did narrowly dodge witnessing a murder happen right in front of my eyes. And let me tell you, that's not something I ever want to have to consider. Ever again. Kind of curious, like, who, kind of curious who that guy was. Like the, Argentinian cartel member. Am I a Knott's or Six Flags person? I've been to Six Flags. It was like in, I think it was in Massachusetts or something like that. And I don't know, it was kind of weird. It was like, I talked about it before, but it was like a time, it just felt like it was stuck in the past because everything was like Looney Tunes. Like they're like, oh, Looney Tunes is going to be big. It's going to be big. And then it's like, you know, they invested all this money into like Looney Tune stuff and it just didn't age well. And the park really wasn't that, I don't know. We went on a dead day, but it was still kind of like not very exciting, I suppose. And I've never been to Knott's. I've never heard of, what is Knott's? Let me look that up. Knott's. Walter Knott. Walter Knott was an American farmer. No, that's not it. Oh wait, Knott's Berry Farm, Buena Park. Is that it? Yeah. I've never been. This is only in California. Hershey Park. Yeah, I've been to Hershey Park a lot. They've done a lot of renovations. And I remember it was so, like, awkward. Like, I remember we went around the time, like, the start of, or maybe it was, like, right before COVID started and all that kind of stuff. But it was like they were doing renovations and doing a bunch of like construction, and to get into the park, it wasn't like a clean process. It was like just like literally 1,000+ people just like waiting in a big crowd to like somehow like siphon in to the whole process. And I don't know, it's just, hopefully they've got it all updated now. I'd love to go again. What do I think of the new Space Jam? Is the new Space Jam out? Let's see. Space Jam 2. Let's see. Wait. Sorted by, starring. Where's distributed by? Oh, release date July 16th, 2021. Nice. Yeah, I'll probably go see it. I mean, I love Space Jam 1. My boss said during the intro they gave us Alright. She's Moonlight. What's poppin'? Good to see ya. That's funny. I clicked on the oh my goodness. I clicked on the YouTube studio thing and it's just like flying through chat. LeBron James. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like, 7 years old anymore, so I can give or take a fucking animated movie, but hopefully it's, cool. I don't know. Yeah, I wonder if Hershey is... I thought that I heard that they were done with construction. Yeah, in Space Jam, LeBron will try and flop and call foul. Dude, it's crazy. How can you be, like... some people must just, like, have the secret to take care of your body. Like, how can you be close to 40 and still just fucking dominating in basketball of all sports, you know what I mean? Like, in the sense of, like... Now, I understand with, like, Tom Brady, it's like he pretty much just has to hit his throws, hit his tosses, and not get tackled. Like he's not going to be fucking running for, Oh, Cherry, thank you. I will be sure to check that out. But... Was I talking about LeBron James? I don't fucking know. I don't care anymore. I started using GRINDR during the early days of its release, so we're talking like spring of 2010, back when it was actually on BlackBerry. God, that must make me sound like an absolute dinosaur, but anyway. One of the first guys I ended up talking to offered to take me out for something to eat, and that kind of worried me. I have terrible eyesight, so in some dimly candlelit romantic restaurant, I'd be as blind as a bat. I'm having terrible reactions to cigarette smoke, and this is back when people were still permitted to smoke in restaurants here in New York. I was worried that hitting him with that would have had him thinking, well, doesn't this guy sound like a barrel of laughs? Not. Before he vanished on me. But he was so refreshingly nice about it, and offered to take me to this well-lit, health-centric salad bar he knew of, and I'm super excited about our date. The weather was a total washout on the day, but I didn't care. I put on my best outfit and waited for him to call saying he was outside. But when I got out to his car, he was wearing just khakis and a flannel shirt. I get if he wanted to just chill, but I was kind of offended he didn't put more effort in. It wasn't a red flag or anything, or at least I didn't see it as one, just a little bit disappointing. Although in hindsight, maybe I should have seen it as one. We're driving to the restaurant with some minor small talk as he asks how long I've been online looking, and I tell him about a month. Then he tells me he's been online for like 2 years, but that he's never been on a date with anyone. Then I ask him what he does for a living. He replies saying he's retired and independently wealthy. I mean, good for him, I suppose, but he didn't exactly answer my question, so I follow up by asking what he did for a living, with a laugh like, haha, whatever, just tell me what you do. It's then he tells me that he's a retired Methodist minister. Nothing I was going to judge him for, but let's just say that definitely accounted for some of the behavior that followed. So, remember when we'd established that we'd go to this nice airy salad place because of my allergies, etc.? Well, apparently, that went out the window, because he took me to the darkest, smokiest hotel brasserie? Blackberries are crunchy. Independently wealthy. What is it? Brasier. Brasserie? Brasserie. What the fuck's a brasserie? A restaurant. A restaurant serving alcoholic beverages, especially beer as well as food. Okay. I'll just call it a bar. People can become coral reefs when they die too. What you talking about, Willis? Millions of peaches. Well, apparently that went out the window because he took me to the darkest, smokiest hotel brasserie you could have imagined. Fuck, that sounded weird. Well, apparently that went out the window because he took me to the darkest, smokiest hotel brasserie you could have imagined. And it didn't take a genius to work out why. He didn't want to be seen with me. And that did not make for the most romantic atmosphere. As we're waiting for our food, his head is on a swivel, obviously worried he's going to be spotted by someone he knew, and he seemed on edge the whole time, tense and ranty, like he got so worked up about people who didn't use accurate pictures of themselves, and as much as I agreed with him, he made me feel pretty unsafe the way he seemed so aggressive about it. The only thing that reassured me a little is when I asked him if I looked like my picture. He said, sure. But the way he kind of waved the question away, I still felt kind of on edge, like he was obviously deeply closeted, way into his late 30s, and no offense to anyone in that position, but leading such a pronounced double life can have a horrible effect on people, and I know that because some of my best friends led a similar existence for many years. It can make them volatile, cold, and sometimes even violent. So that Sababa. What's it called? Cremains. Oh my god. His cremains. Pretty soon, over time, you turn into a reef? What? What you talking about? Willis? So, by that point, I had already decided I didn't want to see him again. But I also needed a ride back home in that heavy rainstorm, so I was left. But I also needed a ride back home in that heavy rainstorm, so I was left in the inevitable position of having to be nice to a total... Sorry, I don't know why this sentence is fucking me up. You wonder after years of being dead, is there anything remaining in your coffin? I'm fairly certain you're under the ground in a coffin. Your remains are there for quite a while, like to the point where you're not even just straight bones or dust or anything. I think it takes a long time to completely just turn into nothing. Don't need therapy, you need aromatherapy. Liz is mean. Liz is a mean person. She's always upset. She just wants to beat people up all the time. It's scary. But I also needed to ride back home in that heavy rainstorm, so I was left in the unenviable. What the fuck? I can't read this sentence. It's confusing as shit. But I also needed to ride back home in that heavy rainstorm, So I was left in the unenviable position of having to be nice to the I quit. I quit. Quit YouTube. But I also needed to ride back home in that heavy rainstorm, so I was left in the unenviable position of having to be nice to a total effing creep. And for those of you thinking that might have sounded a little judgmental, just wait till you hear what this guy said next. On the ride back, he asked if I wanted to see him again. I lied and said, sure, why not, just to keep things from being too awkward. He seemed pleased with that answer and said that he really did like me. Unlike this, but in this... Fuck. I feel like there's so many fucking, like... pause, like weird pause. Unlike this, and these are his words. Okay. Joel Rant, what's up, Hawk? I didn't even see you in chat. What are you doing, homie G? Is it summer in Alaska for one day yet? There's no quitting in reading, soldier. They make biodegradable clothing and coffins now. Okay, nice. They make them out of paper. They can bury you in a paper straw coffin. I want my coffin to be made out of turtle shells. That'd be sweet. He seemed pleased with that answer and said that he really did like me. Unlike this, and these are his words, unlike this other fat kid I was dating, and he was gross, but I knew he was an easy lay because he was desperate. I then find out that he actually used to be married and was two kids. What the fuck? I then find out that he actually used to be married and had 2 kids by a woman he said he never really loved to begin with. Do you see your kids often? I remember asking him. No, was all he said. But literally as I thought I couldn't hate the guy any more than I did, he asked me what I do for a living. Bearing in mind I'd asked him that same question on the ride out there, it only occurred to him to return the question like an hour or so later. So I tell him I work in graphic design and that I make handmade jewelry to make money on the side. Now, keeping in mind that I've opted to be civil with him so far, even though I found him completely disgusting. But on hearing that I make jewelry, he says, "So jewelry, think that's where Jews get that name, huh? Jewelry?" Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Alright, I gotta read that again. Better for my Brian. My Brian is melting tonight. Now, keeping in mind that I've opted to be civil with him so far, even though I found him completely disgusting, but on hearing that I make jewelry, he says, "So, jewelry. Think that's where Jews get their name, huh? Jewelry?" He gives this awful racist dad laugh as if to be like, "I'm so funny, right?" But I can't hold my tongue any longer. "What's that supposed to mean?" I ask him. "Well, you know, I mean, wait." This is awkward. "Well, you know, I mean, wait." His tone seemed to change as he asked me the question. "You're not Jewish, are you?" I'm not, full disclosure, but I have Jewish friends, so I'm not about to let him start talking like that. So I throw back, and what if I am? Thinking that might shame him into silence. But that only half worked. He went quiet all right, but it wasn't out of shame. It was pure rage. And suddenly I wasn't feeling so proud of myself. I was seriously worried he was going to do something. I remember all that bitterness that comes with staying closeted for some guys, how they can channel that discontent into all kinds of messed up things, and it was then that I realized that I might have gotten myself into some serious trouble.
Hey, listen.
When I finally asked him, like, "You taking me home, right?" I was only half reassured by him saying, "Yeah, I'm getting you out of my car." At least he didn't want to take me anywhere and do anything to me. But the scary thing was, he was obviously holding himself back from doing something he might regret. read as get arrested for. The only worry for me is that he might not be able to hold it until he'd drop me off back home. It was honestly the scariest car ride of my life, and at one point I was actually praying that I'd get out of there okay. Thankfully, he just pulls up out D-Shore with a $13 arena. Thank you, D-Shore. If you have a message you'd like to include, please at me. I feel bad. H.P. Lovecraft was ever married? Was he married? I know he had a Jewish wife or something like that. Was H.P. Lovecraft married? Let's see. Biography, early life, early marriage of New York. Yeah. Lovecraft's aunt disapproved of this relationship with Sonia. Lovecraft and Green married on March 3rd, 1924, and relocated to her Brooklyn apartment in 793 Flatbush Avenue, and she thought he needed to leave Providence to flourish and was willing to support him financially. Green, who had been married before, later said that Lovecraft had performed satisfactory as a lover, though she had to take the initiative in all aspects of the relationship. She attributed Lovecraft's passive nature to a stultifying upbringing by his mother. Lovecraft's weight increased to 200 pounds on his wife's home cooking. That's funny. Jesus. Once for 2 years. Huh. Down. Okay. Thankfully, he just pulls up outside my place and says, "Get the F out of my car." And God only knows I was only too happy to oblige him. It did really worry me that he knew where my apartment complex was, but I also took comfort in knowing he probably just wanted nothing to do with me anymore. Plausible deniability or whatever, and thankfully I'm still here, so he obviously didn't act on any urges he might have had. And I'm not just saying this because he was like a bigot or whatever, but he was genuinely on the verge of violence on that car ride. I've had some bad dates, but only one where I felt genuinely scared for my safety. So please, Reverend, let's not meet again. Read up on Edgar Allan Poe. What do I read? Well, let me ask you. What do you want to tell me about him? Because it sounds like you want to tell me something about him. What's everyone's favorite cereal? Reese's Puffs are pretty fucking good. Captain Crunch is good, but it like rips up the roof of your mouth. I guess like cereal in general just does that. Peanut butter Captain Crunch would be good as fuck, yeah. Any horror stories from the Six Flags experience? No, I don't think so. It was... Well, all the popcorn was like $15, so that's a bit much. It's a bit scary. Crunch berries, yeah, those are good. I haven't fucking had cereal in a long ass time. Your dad eats like grape nut cereal or something. Nice. Fruity Pebbles, they do be good. I do have some, I think quite a few McDonald's horror stories on the channel if you search through the channel search bar. Honey Smacks are good as fuck. Yeah, when I find myself in a horror experience, I've been ready for this. Honestly though, like, I still think to myself, like, someone pulls a gun on you, you know, wants your money or whatever, like, I'm not really prepared for that. I'm also not really prepared for a bear attack or a cougar attack. Not super prepared, I don't think. I need to do some more prepping. Crave cereal. Bacon and eggs. Bacon and eggs is a nice part of the morning. Sour Patch Kid cereal. That sounds kind of gross. Was it good? Do I know what my MBTI type is? I don't know what that is. All right. I can't speak for the GRINDR experience in Western communities, but I can speak for one particular GRINDR experience from here in India. India can be quite a progressive country in some ways, and quite an intolerant country in others. For example, we have the what the fuck's that? The Hydra? Hira? Hijra. Okay, the Hijra. For example, we have the Hijra here, which are like Indian transgender or third gender people who... Oh shit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Carrie with the $50 Renos again says, this is for the whole live stream family. Please book Friday off, Joel. No pressure, but make it little. Wait, I'm confused. What? Book Friday off, Joel. No pressure. Make it... Oh, like... Sorry, I'm confused. But thank you for 50. But yeah, Friday will be chill. On the Brie day, probably the most I'll do is get the video prepped and ready for the day. Hit the gym hopefully at some point, and yeah, eat some food. Shovel some food into my gullet. Hopefully get to be around some fun peeps. Maple bacon donuts, yes. Deal Brown says, you're still live and still in Lisbon. Yeah, I'm still stuck there. Rub bacon grease on your beard. Nice, dude. Does it work? But thank you, Carrie. I appreciate it. I appreciate your concern for the birthday. I hope, hope it goes well. You're only 31 once. No cigarettes. No cigarettes. All right. No more cigarettes. What did I do for Memorial Day? Well, normally my family, like every year, has a get-together for that at my aunt's place, but she's been pretty adamant about people not getting together. So, yeah, nothing, I guess. Gabriella, hello. What's poppin'? Let's see. How do you say this again? Hijra. For example, we have the Hijra here, which are like Indian transgender or third gender people who have been accepted for thousands of years. They're even a part of the Hindu religion and Aravanus. Alright, I'm gonna have to look up how to say all this stuff. Haravanese, probably. I don't know. Just taking a guess. Haravanus. Wait. Aravanus? Yeah, Aravanus. Aravanus? What about that one? Aravan. Dang, they don't even have it on 4-bell. Oh shit! What the fuck? Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Marco with the 50 bigarinos. Says, just did this to make you dance and get early birthday feels. Most consistent narration YouTuber. Thank you, Marco. Thank you. You're seriously, holy cow. Thank you. If this is any prelude to what's to come on the birthday, I'm feeling the vibes already. Seriously. Thank you, Marco. You're way too kind. And I appreciate that, guy. I'm glad that my uploads can give you guys enjoyment in this thing we called life. Glad I get to be a part of it. So much love for the beard. I'm scratching that beard right now. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. Oh, how the heck do you say this fucking word? Okay, they're even part of the Hindu religion, and Eravanis, as they are sometimes called, take part in a festival in which they marry the Hindu god Eravan and then mourn his death by ritual sacrifice. Okay. Wearing a birthday suit for the stream, yeah. And you'll never know. Let's see. I'm gonna have to look it up on YouTube. Eravanis? Do I like tamales? I've had them. They're pretty good. Alright, let's see. Oh, they're just like pictures of it. How to pronounce Eravanis? I feel bad. Does anyone know? Anybody familiar with this word, Eravanis? Sorry. This is like the most annoying aspects of my stream is like the downtime for this, because Eravani. Oh my god. Whoops. Wait. How to pronounce T? No. WTF, mate. Deepest reveal. Birthday penis reveal. Here it is, everybody. Wiener cam. Playing my voice in your stereo. How does it sound in the stereos? Is it like too bassy or is it pretty solid? You know what? Okay. So I'm just gonna take a kind of a wild guess on how it's pronounced, but Eravanis and Eravanis. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say Eravanis. I feel like I don't know. They are even part of the Hindu religion, and Eravanis, as they are sometimes called, take part in a festival in which they marry the Hindu god Eravan, and then mourn his death by ritual sacrifice. But like I said, India can be very homophobic too, and although same partners were technically recognized, India can be very homophobic too. And although same partner marriages were technically recognized in 2008, oh wait, god damn it. Marco with another 10 said, will you ever make a live stream channel to place the VODs there? I love the tangents and the commentary. I'd love to hear that weekly and on your off days for the live streams. Yeah, so I don't know if you knew this or not, but basically my live streams are set to unlisted, and then I put them in a playlist. So if you go to my playlist on my YouTube channel, every one of my live streams I've ever done is up in that playlist called live streams or Q&A or something like that. So yeah, you can go even listen to like last year's birthday stream to get ready for this B-Day bash. But yeah, thank you again, Marcos. What the fuck? Okay. So what's another same? I don't know. But like I said, India can be very homophobic too, and although same-gender partners were technically recognized in 2018, same-gender marriages still aren't legal, and almost a quarter of the Indian people are strongly against it. So as you can imagine, dating apps can be an absolute blessing when it comes to finding partners. Or in my case, they can be an absolute curse. I matched with one guy, and he was really, really cute. So immediately I shared a picture of myself asking him if he wanted to meet up. I'm a little bit older than some of the cuter guys in my area, and I fairly rarely get a reply from them. But when this guy actually messaged back, I got so very excited, and we quickly arranged for him to visit my apartment. When he tells me he's on his way, he asks to see a few more pictures of me so he can know what he's looking forward to. Of course, I show him, and because I'm so very excited to meet him, I don't really think anything of him asking me to see me in my work clothes. He said he liked a man in a shirt and tie, and since I worked in an office here in Mumbai, I had plenty of professional and not-so-professional shots on hand. His questions continued to get quite personal, asking where I worked, but when I confronted him on it and asked why he seemed to be interrogating me, he replied that it was for his own safety. He'd been with some rough guys in the past, and he was worried something might happen to him. I thought that was just the sweetest thing, so after assuring him that my intentions were nothing but good, I answered every question he had of me. About an hour later, he shows up, and he looks even better than his pictures. I can't believe how lucky I am. He looks fantastic, and he seems to really actually like me. We had drinks, chatted about this and that, and after an awkward first kiss, we fell into bed together. It was honestly one of the most magical nights of my life. I'd never had much luck finding partners. I'm definitely not the most handsome Desi guy. Desi? Is that Desi? Hindi, Desi. I'd never had much luck finding partners. I'm definitely not the most handsome Desi gay guy out there, so such fucking shit. I never had much luck finding partners. I'm definitely not the most handsome Desi gay guy out there, so such a wonderfully romantic evening was just a dream come true for me. When it was over, we cuddled for a while, and I was so happy to hear that he wouldn't mind meeting me again sometime. Then he got up, went to the bathroom for a drink of water, and began to put his clothes on again. It was quite late at that point, so I figured he just needed to leave because of work in the morning or something. And just as I'm about to give him a kiss goodbye, he looks me dead in the eyes and says, 30,000 rupees. I thought he was joking. I really did. And when he held out his hand to me, I laughed a little. But the look on his face was deadly serious. He seemed to get offended when I laughed at what turned out to be a very serious demand. The thing that really got to me, though, was how rehearsed his routine was. As soon as I showed any sign that I wasn't willing to give him the money, he turned nasty, started clapping his hands and really shouting about how, "Oh, you're not going to pay me for this? We just had it. Do your neighbors know that you're gay?" I think he must have pegged me as shy, half-out gay. That's interesting. I think he must have pegged me as a shy, half-out gay guy from the get-go. He must have known I lived in a nice place where my neighbors or parents wouldn't have approved of my lifestyle. I begged him to be quiet as he took his phone out and showed me what was. Oh my god. Marco with the 2 says 1 million sub goal VTuber skin stream debut. That would be interesting, I guess. Like, I could do VTubing with the fucking astronaut thing. Thank you, Marco. Thank you for the 2.
Hey, listen.
Leather couches when it's 115 degrees and you sit down and get suctioned to it, and then you get up and feels like your skin. Yeah, leather couches are not the best for the summer. I should say DC instead of Desi. What is that? Did I say it wrong? I read it the way it's spelled and the way that like Forvo, which is like a pronunciation website, had it for Hindi. He must have known I lived in a nice place where my neighbors or parents wouldn't have approved of my lifestyle. I begged him to be quiet as he took his phone out and showed me what was obviously an addition to his profile, a little code word we have for male. What's another? Male escorts. Yeah, escorts, probably the word. Eaten have we? Desi's nuts. It's pronounced more like Desi. Desi. No. Fuck. It's really far up there. I don't know if I can reach it anymore. My arms don't go up that high. Fungus foot salad. Begged him not. I begged him to be quiet as he took his phone out and showed me what was obviously an addition to his profile, a little code word we have for male escorts that, well, I won't reveal here for obvious reasons, but I swear to you, it wasn't there when we talked, and to my horror, I was being rather effectively blackmailed. And for 30,000 rupees too. That's about $400. A lot for me, and I could be considered to me quite well. It could be considered to me quite... What the fuck? A lot for me, and I could be considered to be quite well off here for my white-collar job. Am I a little person? Does anyone love the show Corner Gas? What's Corner Gas? Dan, the Rangers suck. Oh. Jorl, what's your favorite color? Maybe green. Green's pretty cool. And for 30,000 rupees too. That's about $400. A lot for me, and I could be considered to be quite well off here for my white-collar job. So much that there's no way I had all that cash on me, so he just took what was in my wallet, then demanded I take him to a cash machine. My last line of defense was telling him that I just didn't have the money in my account. But he recognized the lie instantly and raised his voice again, calling me cheap. They're saying so many bad words, I can't say the bad words. You were listening to Pradeep the whole time. Have you ever farted? But he recognized the lie instantly and raised his voice. I don't know, I'm struggling right now. What the fuck? But he raised it. Fucking bollocks. Well, it's 1 a.m. When the fuck did it become 1 a.m.? But he recognized the lie instantly and raised his voice again, calling me expletives and calling me cheap. At this point, my neighbors are actually looking out of the windows because he's raising his voice on the walkway outside my apartment. I have to beg with him with tears forming my eyes. Please don't show them. They don't know. They don't know. He smiled such a sick smile after that, knowing that he had me by the balls, and all I could do was roll over and let it all happen. We had to go to 2 different ATMs, his insistence, not mine, to withdraw the full amount, and that's when he basically rubbed salt in the wounds by calling some of his friends on his phone to gloat about how he's got a big one tonight, and I'm not talking about his ling. At the start of the night, I was so excited, and at its peak, I thought I'd found true love. But then there I was, feeling stupid, scared, and utterly humiliated, being robbed blind by a soulless, heartless predator. When we were finished getting the money, he told me to drop him off somewhere, and he even had the cheek to thank me for a good night. When I drove back home, I actually thought about taking my own life. The feelings were just too much for me, and I wasn't sure if I could stand to feel them any longer. But instead, I just got drunk and cried until I fell asleep. Perhaps the worst thing is that my neighbors suspect something now. I know they look at me different, and they're not nearly as friendly as they used to be. I think I might move somewhere else soon, maybe look for a new job too, because I really cry for help inside. I really don't deserve this. Whoops.
Hey, listen.
Imagine dragging these nuts. Nice. Oh, you said knits. You got it wrong. That means it's a reverse. I really don't deserve this, and I wonder what I did so terrible that it actually happened to me. So please, never share any intimate pictures unless you really trust the person, and make sure to trust them before you invite them over to your place. That does suck, poor guy. Fucking really unlucky. Let's read livestream viewers are superior to all else. It's true. The Buttersock cult rises in the east and never sets. Oh wow, we're at like almost 700 peoplees here. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. Like I said, if you want to follow me on social media, that is in the description below. Along with, you can get early access on Patreon. Sweet, only $1 a month. Good times. Get that up and edited on there. All that good stuff. But thanks for being here. Looking forward to the birthday live stream. This is a nice little prep. In the early hours of June 19th, 2014, the body of 23-year-old student Anthony Walgate was found on the doorstep of an apartment building in Barking. Barking? You made a new friend recently. I like him, and I'm going to put him onto your channel. Thanks, Liz. Appreciate it. Is Barking? Barking's a place. How would you say it? Sounds like a British thing. Barking. Oh yes, thank you, Fry, for promoting the TikTok. I don't really use TikTok, though. But I did have someone take one of my animations from TikTok, post it on their TikTok, and it get like 2 million views. And then they took another one that wasn't actually my animation, but just one I was promoting on my YouTube, and it got like 500,000. I had to tell them to take it down. And they're the ones that told me about it, but I don't know why they just assumed that you could just, take shit, but it's whatever. I guess it's like free real estate, right? Marco with a 5 says, that should be more criminalized worldwide, coercing, extorting people to avoid leaking sensitive information. I don't know if like blackmail is, it's definitely illegal, but I don't know what the laws are like in India, and obviously like in many ways blackmail can happen where you don't get to prosecute them because they could disappear, and then they could reveal your information to everybody. If there's sensitive information, like in the case of this guy, last story. Maddie with a 5. Thank you, Maddie. Did I miss? I think I missed a D-Shore. Did I miss yours? Thank you for the 5 earlier. I feel bad if I I hope I didn't miss it. I just like remembered it and then didn't remember if I said it or not. But thank you guys. Thank you. Garcias. Joel's birthday is on June 4th, but I'll be starting the live stream on June 3rd at 7 p.m. going into June 4th, and it shall be cool as fudge. In the early hours of June 19th, 2014, the body of 23-year-old student Anthony Walgate was found on the doorstep of an apartment building in Barking, a leafy suburb of the English capital, London. The man who had discovered his body, 39-year-old Stephen Port, claimed that he had come across Anthony whilst he was in the grip of some kind of seizure and had died before he had the chance to call emergency services. Anthony had been known to work as a gay escort from time to time and was also a known drug user, so the initial police investigation pinned its hopes solely on the pending toxicology report, which they believed would reveal a fatal amount of narcotics in Anthony's system. Anthony did indeed test positive for narcotics, but the coroner. Chai tea. That sounds pretty good. Like a chai tea right now. Will you be streaming after 1 a.m., 3 a.m. for you so I can get drunk too? Like, tonight? The music's trippy? I'm glad. Anthony did indeed test positive for narcotics, but the coroner who performed the autopsy passed on some curious observations to the relevant police officers. He noted that Anthony had enough GHB in his system to kill an elephant, and if he was indeed a regular drug user, it's unlikely he'd be foolish enough to ingest such a significant amount of powerful drug. Fuck. It's unlikely he'd be foolish enough to ingest such a significant amount. Alright, hold on. I think I hear the cat. The kitty cat. And I'd like to let him in to my room. Turns out, I was hearing things. And Pradeep is not here. What's my favorite cartoon of all time? Oh man, that's a tough one. That's a very tough one. I honestly don't know. Doing some stretches. Honestly, does anyone know, like, what's, like, good for joint health? You know what I mean? Like, how do you stay fucking, like, how do you not get arthritis? Return to monk. It's a mean thing to say. You are on timeout, mister. Yeah, Batman the Animated Series was one that popped in my head. I do really love that show back in the day. Because the thing that annoys me as like a kid, and I'm sure you guys felt this, but when you were like 6, 7 years old, like when you were like 6, 7 years old, you know, you like little kid shows come on, and you're like, these are for babies. This is a baby show. But it's like, it's true. Why the fuck do they make shows for babies? They should make shows for fucking cool kids. And, you know, even though Batman the Animated Series had some mature elements to it, I feel like a lot of the times, like, show makers kind of undervalue the brain of children as far as their ability to understand how cool a show is, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I'm just sick of fucking like dog shit like cartoons. I'm looking for some, I guess that's why people watch anime when they're younger, because it's usually got some good, intelligent storylines for the most part, even if they are like crazy as fuck. Marco with the 5 says, the ghost knocked on the door. It wants that booty. Well, it's about to get a fart in the mouth. Thank you, Marco, for the 5. you pretended it was your birthday and everyone said happy birthday and you just went along with it. It's funny. Have you ever played Control? Yeah, I did. I liked Control's like gameplay, but I felt like Control really missed out on I don't know, an interesting story. I felt like it was like, even though it was taking place essentially in like a facility where they keep a bunch of like SCP containment monsters, like nothing really, like it was just very dry, like a very dry story without like a lot of character and personality. Even the main character was kind of like insufferable in my eyes. Like, oh, we're at 666 viewers, oh my gosh. But I don't know, I just felt like she was really boring. She had no emotion in her voice. Most of the characters in that game had like no emotion. It was like they were all voiced by robots, or maybe they were robots, I don't know. It was just, it was a fun game, but it just wasn't a very exciting storyline. What's my favorite animal? I like dogs. Zane with the 5 says, bro, remember me? Anyways, I'm graduating the day on your B-Day stream, but I won't miss it. Good, you better not. You best not miss it, Zane. I'm just kidding. If you know, if you're busy with graduation, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. It's the only time you'll get to experience that, and you don't want to miss out. Courage the Cowardly Dog, one of your best cartoons. Yeah, that was a good one. The story is better in the DLC. Oh, okay, nice. I didn't try that one. I don't even know if I beat it. I did get very far though, but I really liked like how fluid it was. There was some cool shit you could do, and I honestly like kind of wish that like the physics that are in like Red Dead and GTA would have been in that game, and that would have been fucking sick. I kind of wish Rockstar would invest in some different ideas, because they have a really cool physics engine that I feel like would just, or I guess there are mods you can get that can make GTA like with psychic powers and all this kind of crazy shit. He noted that Anthony had enough GHB in his system to kill an elephant. That sounded weird. He noted that Anthony had enough GHB in his system to kill an elephant, and if he was indeed a regular drug user, it's unlikely he'd be foolish enough to ingest such a significant amount of very powerful drug, especially not in one sitting. It wasn't out of the question. Stranger things do happen after all, but the advice was clear. Don't rule out foul play. A few months after Anthony's body was found, 22-year-old Gabriel Cavari. Rockstar's making Bully 2? Dude, I know. Undead Nightmare 2 should be made. There were so many moments in that game where it was like a very like, I think I loved the most about the game was just the geometry of the level. Like everything kind of felt like you were in like a prairie. Like there wasn't just like flat lands or anything flat. Like it was always very realistically, like geometrically, like you were on, I don't know, in a real world. And then obviously like all the lighting effects and graphics made everything, it sometimes look like photorealistic. And especially like some of the more like cool ambient fog areas, I'm like, dude, if there were fucking zombies, I would be so fucking scared right now. And, you know, I don't know. It just sucks. I feel like Rockstar has to answer to Take-Two or whatever, and I think some of the heads of Rockstar actually stepped down recently, which kind of blows, because that's pretty much a huge blow to the leadership of everything. But I don't know. I think just from an artistic standpoint, a new Undead Nightmare would have been lit, but it's not going to happen because they waste all their money on GTA Online, which in my opinion sucks, because you can't even play like the competitive shooting aspects of it effectively I still don't understand their lobby system. You got 16 people, 32 people or something in a lobby, and you're only allowed to like essentially pull from their population for games and stuff or something. I don't fucking know, dude. It just seemed like they made so much money, but just like it's almost like they got lucky because they don't seem to know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to making online shit. I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing. It pisses me off that they're such a big company, make the greatest like single player experiences, but make all this money from online shit. I don't know. I heard your Audible ad that said, "When I get out of my paranoid thoughts." Thought that was funny. Yeah, that's funny. Army of the Dead is a zombie movie. Pretty cool because a character is the same that plays at Scorpion in the last Mortal Kombat movie. Oh, that's dope. Your cat is scratching and biting your feet. You gotta grab him by the scruff and pull him in your lap and say, "You're mine now." Okay. A few months after Anthony's body was found, 22-year-old Gabriel Cavari was still settling into his new life in the United Kingdom. Gabriel had only recently moved to the UK from Slovakia and was excited to be living in a country he believed was much more tolerant of his lifestyle than his native land. With that in mind, Gabriel downloaded the LGBT-focused dating app GRINDR in the hopes of finding a special someone to take him on romantic, exploratory walks around his new home. It was through GRINDR that Gabriel met an Englishman named John. Not only did John seem handsome and friendly, but by a stroke of good luck, he had a room up for rent in his large London townhouse. Gabriel had been looking for a place to stay for some time, and given how likable John was, it made sense for him to take the room should they share the right chemistry, and indeed they did. Gabriel ended up living in John's spare room for 6 weeks, but at some point, he seemed keen to move out. There are clues as to why it might have happened, but we know Gabriel mentioned the fact to a neighbor of his named Ryan, who became rather familiar with him over the weeks he lived in John's spare room. Familiar enough for Ryan to notice when Gabriel suddenly disappeared, and without the goodbye he'd promised him. John insisted that Gabriel had simply moved out one day, excited to move into his new place. But Ryan felt Gabriel was far too warm a person to simply vanish without a simple farewell. And he was right to worry, because on August 28th of 2014, Gabriel's lifeless corpse was found by a woman walking by the nearby... Shit, I messed that up. I'm a nurse with the one. Thank you, I'm a nurse. Thank you. And Aaron Wilson with the 5 says, "Don't really got the money for this, haha, but you ever play Zombies Ate My Neighbors? Fun game." Yeah, that was a cool game. There was a lot of cool games back then, that even though that was like a classic for sure, I just feel like they did such a good job with the art style and presentation of everything. It's like hard to forget that game. Excuse me. Oh, fuck. We all future corpses. Are we all future corpse husbands? Have you ever played Far Cry 5? I don't think so. I played some of the Far Cries, but it's been a while. Robin, the guy who does all my art, he was playing through the Far Cries. I think he's excited about Far Cry 6. Thank you for the blessings. Yeah, I just sneezed Rona all over y'all. And he was right to worry, because on August 28th of 2014, Gabriel's lifeless corpse was found by a woman walking by the nearby St. Margaret's Church. Gabriel, much like Anthony Walgate before him, was discovered to have died from what appeared to be an accidental overdose of GHB. In the course of their investigation, the police asked John if he knew where Gabriel's new flat was. He didn't know exactly where it was, but he did know it was in the leafy suburb of Barking, the same place his body was found, at a church that was only a few hundred meters away from where Anthony Walgate's body was found. Just when police began to wonder if there were any serious connections between the deaths of Gabriel and Anthony, the dead body of yet another young gay man was found. The discovery of 21-year-old Daniel Whitworth's body was tragic and horrifying on its own, but it was the circumstances in which it was found that really horrified police. Not only was Daniel's body found by the exact same woman who had found Gabriel's body just weeks before, it was located in the exact spot in the graveyard of St. Margaret's Church. Alongside Daniel's body was a note in which Daniel claimed to be the one who had given Gabriel Cavari the GHB overdose. The idea had been to take a little of the drug so they could attend a chemsex. What's my poison? I guess GHB. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. What, you mean like alcohol? You're sick of corny, childish, awkward comedy that fucks up a movie. Yeah, it's even present in like I don't really like Marvel movies anymore, even though there's some that I do enjoy, but like I feel like Marvel movies like take themselves just too fucking seriously, but like they don't do enough good comedy. Honestly, comedy writers should just write action movies, because anybody can just write like big explosion, Hulk smash. But if you write a funny joke, that's where you really thrive. Am I right or left-handed? I am right-handed. Do I play FIFA? I do not play FIFA, no. Never tried it. I guess I tried it when I was younger. And I kind of liked soccer games back when I was younger, but yeah, I just never really followed up with it. I'm a nurse with the 1. Thank you, I'm a nurse. Doing a thinking emoji. Thinky thunker. Thinker thunker. I remember when I did Bigfoot videos, there was a channel called Thinker Thunker. Thinker Thunker. Wait, I spelled that. Oh, there he is. Alright, so 3 months ago, Provo, Utah, Bigfoot throwing a rock. Bigfoot attack at the Canadian wilderness. What the fuck? Fake or Not Part 1. Survivor Man, Bigfoot Screams Part 1. Oh. Wait, Survivor Man, Bigfoot Screams? Oh, okay. Wendigo, someone's in your house? Nice, go give him a kiss. Marco with the 5 says 1 million sub goal drunk narration story with Corpse Husbando. I doubt Corpse would want to hang out. He's got his own life going on. I'd be down to if he wanted to, but he's, you know, making music, being a big popular boy. Yeah, Thor Ragnarok was great. I love Thor Ragnarok. It actually inspired me to go buy the what's it called? The Hulk, Planet Hulk comic book. It was good. More stories about truckers. I can look into it. I actually do have a lot of truckers that listen to the channel. Alright, ever watch the show Lost Tapes? I don't think so. Arthur Morgan. Lenny! I do find it interesting, like, I don't know, I find it interesting, like, in Grand Theft Auto games and, like, Red Dead Redemption 2, like, they make you like Arthur Morgan, right? You know? They make you like various characters. But, like, it's also weird how when you go on your, like, sociopathic, like, killing sprees, none of that ever, like, I don't know, seeps into the story at all. Like, I just murdered 100 people and I feel fine, you know? It's like their characters are always just like noble individuals who have to make a tough, ethical choice. And that involves blowing off the head of a family with shotguns, you know? I don't know. It's just weird. Kind of sends you back and forth. Fuck, dude. I need more water. Oops. Hope that wasn't loud. What's my age? I'll be 31 in 2 days. Yo. Be right back. Let me get some Wawa. Real quick. Shit. jaw's always so tense I might get Botox. Why the fuck would Botox help a jaw? A tight jaw. On jaw, my jaw is tight. And Joel's off for a shite. Just a sparkling wah-wah. Say girth while he's gone, don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare, mate. Alright. You have quite a collection of correspondence with killers in prison. I've sold some murderabilia too. Aren't you afraid you're gonna fall in love with the killer? And you're gonna go visit him and be like, he's not that bad. You say fucking a lot and I ficky. What? Ambient music ears off the chain. Who does it? This is done by Iron Cthulhu Apocalypse. He should be linked down below as well, I believe. My English accent is getting better. Thank you. You thought I stopped doing meth? Never. I'm gonna do it right now. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Brandy. I do be trying to swear from time to time. Just when police begin to wonder if there were any serious connections between the deaths of Gabriel and Anthony, the dead body of yet another young gay man was found. The discovery of 21-year-old Daniel Whitworth's body was tragic and horrifying on its own, but it was the circumstances in which it was found that really horrified police. Not only was Daniel's body found by the exact same woman who had found Gabriel's body just weeks before, it was located in the exact same spot in the graveyard of St. Margaret's Church. Alongside Daniel's body was a note in which Daniel claimed to be the one who had given Gabriel Cavari the GHB overdose. The idea had been to take a little of the drug so they could attend. Oh, that's right. Juliana with the 6 says, happy early birthday, fellow Gemini. I turned 34 on the 17th. Nice. Happy early birthday to you as well. What's the Gemini cutoff? What am I going to be drinking, Sam? I am going to be drinking some peanut butter whiskey, and then with every shot that I take, I will also be taking a shot of pickle juice. It really does help. I remember it helped a lot last year for as much as I drank. I think I took like 11 shots or something crazy. And I think the pickle juice like offset it or some shit like that, because I was not as bad as I thought I would be. You can make an absolutely smacking grilled cheese. Split personality. Do I have a split personality? I guess when I play Overwatch, I have a split personality, because I'm usually a pretty chill person. But Overwatch makes me a terrible person. What a bad game. What a just generally bad video game overall. India loves me. Thank you, India. $14 shots? Jesus Christ. He'll be 60 bleep. That's funny. The idea had been to take a little of the drug so they could attend a party together, yet Gabriel had taken far too much, and a terrified Daniel simply dumped his lifeless body in the churchyard. Then, racked with guilt at the death of his lover, Daniel had walked into the very same churchyard where he disposed of his body and taken an overdose of the very same drug, GHB. It seemed like modern-day Shakespeare, a tragic story of love and loss that would haunt and enthrall London's LGBT community for generations. But when Daniel's stepmother, Mandy, was shown part of the note that was left, she declared that the style and tone was nothing like that of her stepson, who had regular written notes to her when staying out late or coming home early. Yet as we stated, she was only shown a certain section of the note for the purposes of a handwriting sample. She wasn't shown the part which said, "Don't blame the guy I was with last night," and this guy, police determined, was Gabriel's new flatmate. And it wasn't just the police that took an increasing interest in the deaths. Gabriel's old roommate and neighbor, John and Ryan, actually contacted police to insist that they focus their investigation on Gabriel's new flatmate. John had very little information on this mystery person, but promised he'd do everything he could do to dig up the info. On top of that, John contacted the LGBT publication Pink News, hoping they might be willing to help. Thankfully they were, and began to raise awareness of a possible serial killer operating among the London. Nicholas Norton with the 5 says, "Hi Joel, any advice in overcoming addiction?" Fuck. Well, I'm not giving this as like pro advice, you know what I mean? But apparently, the best way to overcome addiction, which is like a habit, right? They say habit forming, which becomes addiction, right? Is you have to replace it with something else. Apparently, obviously, if you have an addiction to something like alcohol or very hard drugs, such as heroin, there could be some circumstances in which that you have withdrawal from those that could potentially be fatal. So you have to do that in a professional setting, like a rehab medical facility, I believe. But basically, when it comes to like other types of addictions, and including those, like basically it just needs to be replaced with, you know, a different obsession, you know, in some ways, whether that obsession is exercise or religion or, you know, a whole new focal point of your life that is completely transformative. But it's hard. But I think if you get the right social circle around you to support you and the right resources, I definitely think it's possible. It's just, I feel bad. I've known a lot of people that have gone through those problems in my life, and it's tough. Google should hire me for a Google Assistant. Google Assistant here. Isn't there a new like Samsung or something, like Samsung Assistant person or something? And people are already like simping over a cartoon character. Addicted to Let's Read. Now that's okay. Terrible addiction to oxygen. You're a squawkaholic. Video games. I definitely think I'm addicted to Overwatch in some ways. Like I've actually like signed off of it like 3 times in a row, and then like 5 minutes later just been like, I think I'll play Overwatch again. It's weird. It's a weird sort of like dopamine loop. Okay. You think you have poor blood circulation? You just need to go exercise or get hot. Go get hot somewhere. And then that will dilate your vessels so you have more blood going. You could even, you know, do some basic stuff right now. Like you do some push-ups or maybe some air squats. That would help you. Or even like some jumping jacks. Just any sort of exercise gets the blood flowing. Go for a walkie. Put some earbuds in. Please post on Google Podcast. Does my podcast not show up on Google Podcasts? That would be sad. I thought they moved Google Podcast over to something else or something. You're addicted to my meth addiction. Thank you. Dr. Pepper, yeah. I haven't drank Dr. Pepper in a while. But then I replaced it with, like, root beer. Diet root beer. Okay. We shall continue forward. Thankfully they were, and began to raise awareness of a possible serial killer operating among the London LGBT community. However, the Metropolitan Police were quick to dismiss the fears of a serial killer, insisting that there were no solid threads between the 3 deaths, and that the public were not to worry. But as we know, this was an outright lie. The rare GHB overdoses among experienced drug users should have been enough to at least raise a few eyebrows. And as much as we can understand the police's desire not to cause mass panic, denying threads when 2 of the men were found in exactly the same place is outright deception. The investigation floundered, and at one point, Daniel's stepmother was told that there was simply nothing more the police could do. But again, this didn't seem to be the case, as homicide detectives actually managed to break into Anthony Walgate's GRINDR account, one of the final apps they thought to inspect for evidence. It was here they made their breakthrough, as Anthony was found to be chatting with none other than the man who had supposedly stumbled across his body on the night of his death, 39-year-old Stephen Port. 2 days later, Port was identified and arrested. During his initial interviews with police, Port was confronted with his internet search history, which detailed an obsession with violent images related to young men who were drugged and assaulted. The bottle of GHB found with Daniel Keeping count of mistakes? I don't think so. PA sweet tea, so weird. I'd never had PA sweet tea. Sweet tea. The only cure is more cowbell. Why does Dr. Pepper come in a bottle? Because his wife died. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's the funniest shit I ever done heard. Alright, the bottle of GHB found within. Okay. Here we are. We found it. Oh yeah, hit the like button if you haven't already, guys. It does, I don't know what it does, but it looks cool. How did I come up with the astronaut skeleton? Basically, I read science fiction in the past and horror at the same time, so I was like, oh, this is a perfect mix. The bottle of GHB found with Daniel Whitworth's body was found to include Port's DNA, and it emerged that 3 weeks before Anthony Walgate died, a young man had been found incoherent, vomiting, in a state of distress in the company of Port near Barking train station. After his trial, the verdict was unanimous, and Stephen Port was found guilty on November 23rd of 2016, sentenced to life in prison for the murders and series of assaults. Yet, fudge. You pulled a muscle in your neck/tongue. I yawned and pain shot through the front of my neck and the base of your tongue, and now it hurts when you turn your head. Yeah, you probably just need to, like, massage out some kink or something through that, because I think, yeah, your tongue is kind of connected to those, but yeah, just look up some YouTube videos on neck stretches, and it should help you. You could be my mercy carry. Dude, it sucks. I used to be really fucking good at Hanzo, and now every time I play Hanzo, it's like I'm throwing so bad. But then I play McCree, and then you just like carry with McCree, because McCree's just like down, 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 bam, 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 down, and like fucking pocket sand, down, right click, right click. You know, it's just like his character is so fucking strong, whereas Hanzo like is a projectile that you have to like, I don't know. Like, obviously you can carry with him, but it's, like, not even worth your time to, like, get good as Hanzo when you could just, like, play a fucking hit scan character. Sweet tea. You mean Genji? I do like Genji. Genji's a very satisfying and fun character, and I feel like he's actually balanced kind of well. As weird as that sounds, like he's actually pretty reliant upon the team to sort of focus down an enemy or something like that. Whereas I really, really hate Doomfist. I want Doomfist to be removed from the game, and I hope he's completely reworked in the new one, Overwatch 2, just for the sheer fact of, like, not just balance, but just how annoying it is to get killed by Doomfist. It's, like, unfair how easy Doomfist's character is. And, I don't know. Just one-shot heroes are just so unfun. Everyone's asking for therapy. I got you, BB. But understand, I am not a professional. I'm your online doctor. I think it's because my jaw is so tense in my neck and everything in my body is tense all the time. I don't know what the fuck is... Probably just need to stretch or some shit. I don't know. Get some... Maybe it's the way you're sleeping. Maybe it's your bed is, like, too... Like, not firm enough to the point where your muscles, like, tense up to try to, like, compensate in certain areas, but... You're welcome, Danny. I'm glad you get some sleep. Get Hammond off Overwatch. I know, I love Hammond. Hammond can fucking carry. It kind of pisses me off, actually, like... Hammond can be punished, but not very often. But, like, fucking Monkey... Winston just gets punished all the fucking time and actually requires, like, good teamwork with him. And most of the time people engage as Winston and just get melted instantly because nobody comes with them or, like, helps focus someone down. Or it's almost like Winston's supposed to engage, like, after, or, like, has specific matchups that you need to, like, go for. Yeah, we were talking about the new Samsung girl. People be simping for the tunes. Purple bed, Google, check it out. Yeah, is the purple bed good? What's the Samsung girl? I don't know. I think Samsung's phone or something has, like, a new cartoon character as, like, their Cortana type, you know, like, I'm here to help you, or, like, Siri type thing. Your farts smell like Chinese food, but I haven't eaten Chinese in months. Am I dying? Yes. That's a definitive symptom of death. Or imminent death. Do you have a podcast on Spotify or SoundCloud? I do, yeah. It's called the Let's Read Podcast. It's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and, like, pretty much all those, like, other podcast distributors. It do be there, and it do be cool. You have a purple bed and it's comfy as hell. Because I got a purple pillow a while ago. And it was cool because I picked it up. I'm like, whoa, this feels like a fucking sack of meat. It's, like, very malleable and cool. But it just, like, I couldn't fall asleep with it. Like, I felt as if though my head was being elevated, like, too much by it or something. Maybe if I get, like, a thinner one. Your therapist told you to stay away from memory foam mattresses. Yeah, I think mine's fucking me up, honestly. Hey, doobie. I don't know. People were weird. Isn't good for your bodies in the long term. Yeah, I got a fucking... I actually got a Tempur-Pedic bed years ago that I thought I was, like, investing money into, and it was great when I started, and cool, you just, like, melted into it, but honestly, I think it's, like, fucked up my hips and my back a little bit over the course of a long time. And I just never made the effort to get that new one. Hybrid mattresses. Yeah, what's your guys' favorite mattress? Or, like, what is your... I don't know. What do your physical therapists suggest? I'm not a doctor, no. Doctor of D's nuts. I don't know what that means, but whatever. It is time for a new one. You love to sleep on the stairs? What are you, a fucking cat? How do you even fit there? You're just like your back, like, arched up, resting on each... Alright, anyways. After his trial, the verdict was unanimous, and Stephen Port was found guilty on November 23rd of 2016, sentenced to life in prison for the murders and series of intimate assaults. Yet that wasn't the only major events in the aftermath of Port's murders. A grand total of 17 police officers were investigated on supposed misconduct charges, with critics citing a pig ignorance of LGBT dating culture leading to 2 needless deaths. Police were apparently content to believe that all 3 deaths were tragic overdoses, including Daniel's morbidly romantic gesture of remorse, barely taking the time to consider that 3 GHB overdoses over the course of one deadly summertime were anything more than a curious coincidence. Similarly, shoddy investigations have been conducted in the deaths of gay men in the past, such as in the cases of Dennis Nilsen and Colin Ireland, something which critics were quick to point out. On top of that, police did not question Port's neighbor Ryan, who had on one occasion visited Port's flat and seen a larger container containing a cacophony of drugs. No handwriting expert was contacted to check Daniel Whitworth's note, nor did they check it for fingerprints or DNA. Particularly shocking is that the same woman walking her dog found 2 of the bodies in the same graveyard on different days, and yet police didn't make the connection. When informed of this, the woman herself was shocked that the police did not seem more concerned. Connections between victims were made by the public as early as the second victim, and had police investigated then, it is possible that Daniel and Jack would not have been killed. John's concerns, along with Daniel's stepmother Mandy's, fell on deaf ears. Credit must go to them and Jack's sisters Donna and Jen for fighting to bring justice for their loved ones. As a result of his disgustingly predatory actions targeting young, innocent gay men, Stephen Port was dubbed the GRINDR Killer by the British tabloids, and his well-circulated mugshots belayed the cold, dead eyes of a true psychopath, the kind that comes to prey on the most vulnerable people in society, those whose lifestyles are still so misunderstood by those around them, and that misunderstanding, like so many times before, proved fatal for Anthony Walgate, Gabriel Cavari, and Daniel Whitworth. May they rest in peace. Alright, this is story 6. It's a bit of a shorter one. Ghosts whispering sweet nothings to you? It could be. Hello, I'm a ghost. I'm here to whisper sweet nothings in your ear, such as licorice sticks. Oh, I hear Pradeep now. He's here. We've been waiting for him, the guest of honor. It's kind of crazy when you meet like other friends' cats and their cats kind of suck ass because they're mean or fucking something like that, and then you're like, damn, I got a good fucking cat. Mine doesn't do anything bad other than like be too fucking cute. But I got his favorite backpack lined up and ready to go, so he is situated. Worst noise in the world. Oh, fuck. Ghost with a lisp. Okay. Liz, how do you not have a cat? How do you not have a cat? You definitely should, and I imagine you will very shortly. I was 19 and pretty naive because I never did anything before with a guy and trusted people. His GRINDR profile was blank and said his age was 26 and he was in average shape. He said he was handsome and his phone glitched when he sent photos. Like a dumb kid, I believed him. We went to get pizza, and when I stepped out of my car, This old man was waiting for me. He was definitely not 26, and he was around 300 pounds. Creeped out, but might as well enjoy pizza on him, right? We got to a bit. Liz should be arrested. She should be, for not having a cat. If you ain't got a cat, at least in your proximity of your house, you should go to jail. There was a black cat sitting right outside your window balcony, sleeping, just adorable. Oh, wow. It was on your... Oh, outside your window. That's cute, though. Joel, I dare you to guess your height. Say 5'2". We got a bit of... Okay. We got to a bit of talking, and he kept telling me vulgar things, like how he cannot get intimate unless... What the fuck? We got to a bit of talking, and he kept... Oh my gosh, Pradeep, you silly goose! Silly goose! It's just funny when I stream because he like gets extra like flirty and like extra dumb. Like he just, I don't know, it's like he knows I'm doing it and he's like trying to attract my attention by being a cute little booger brain. And he's making a lot of noise, which I would appreciate if he stops. Okay. Okay. We got to a bit of talking, and he kept telling me vulgar things, like how he cannot get intimate less than 3 times a day, and how dedicated I had to be to him, or else he wouldn't even consider dating me. Eventually, he told me his real age is 45, and that he's a dental student. I asked him to take off his baseball cap because I was curious if he had hair or not. When I saw what I can only describe as looking like a small horn sprouting out of the top of his head, he said it's a very large cyst and that he shaves his head to avoid irritation or something. Imagine cartoon characters getting bonked on the head and having the large swollen lump afterwards. That's what I saw, but like scaly almost. After pizza, I acted like I had a decent time and would message him later. I would actually block him the second I got into my car. Since it was parked further away, he offered me to take... Fuck. Wait, did I get it right? That guess for the 5'2"? Nope, taller. Well, I don't really like guessing people's height, because it's just like, who fucking cares? Alright, I'm gonna guess 7'9", somewhere in between there. In his car, he asked if he could... Oh, wait. I would actually block him the second I get into my car. Since I was parked further away, he offered me to take me to my car via his car. I said sure because I felt like he was harmless, although very creepy. In his car, he asked if he could inspect my teeth since he was a dental student. I said no, but he strongly insisted, and I was just so scared at that point that I sort of just let him. That's when he took out a small plastic case containing some actual dentistry tools. And I swear to God, he puts on a headlight and starts picking at my teeth. I didn't know what was going on, but I sure can tell you that I didn't like it. Once he gotten those tooth out of him... What?
Hey, listen.
Marco with a 5. Areno says he's seducing you, Joel. Don't work, Joel, he says. Pet me and feed me. Feed me. Give me the snacks. Give me the snackies. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I was using my wire to, pet him, but it triggered him into, cat mode, where he wants to bite it, and I really don't want him to bite that wire at all, so... Don't do that. He has seduced me, and I've been seduced. Oh, She Moonlight is 5'5". Nice. How long have I had a cat? Indoor, outdoor, both? I have both. He is an indoor cat, and I've had him since 2014. He is. We speculate he was born in June, so I like to say he's the same birthday as me. So he'll also be celebrating Pradeep's birthday here in a few days, this Thursday, Friday, and he will be 7, which is crazy because he's 7, but he is he's 7, but he still acts like a kitty, you know. Wire touches cat. So you've chosen death. I'm 3 inches tall. I live in a mushroom and sleep on a moss bed. I wish. Like Zelda in the Minish Cap. Pradeep cam for the streams. I would do a Pradeep cam, but he doesn't have a consistent spot he stays. He's like rotates. It's like he's in this backpack, then he's on the bed, then he's on like, I don't know, some other random bullshit. He's kind of fickle about his laying spots. Your dog's gonna be 14. Nice. That's an old dog. That's an old dog. An ancient pup. Okay. Something about teeth. Then I swear to God he pulls out a headlight. I was going to, but once he'd gotten those... No. I felt my head get pulled down because he just went for the wire out of nowhere. No, lay down. Stinky. He just out of nowhere, my head just gets pulled down. I look and he's trying to grab it. No, dude. Granted, I could just move his backpack. It's so funny. I put the backpack down and he fucking sprints to it. He loves that fucking backpack. You're so stupid. Okay. Alright, let's go. Let's get serious, fellers. We're about to go to war. Whatever, make merch. I do have merch. shop.spreadshirt.com/let's read, baby. Got some cool shit on there. Oh, my cat is black. He's a black cat. Does he love catnip or silver vine? I've given him catnip. He freaks the fuck out for catnip. Freaks the fuck out for it. I don't give him too often because he's just nutball. Yeah, I never heard of silver vine. It sounds like some fucking witch's brew. Oh my god, yeah, I'm glad I got him away from that wire, because... Or no, is that just dirt? What the fuck? Wait a second. Oh yeah, I thought he bit into it, but it was actually just some fucking random cum or something. Alright, so where the heck were we? I actually blocked him. Oh yeah, I can't figure out what they're trying to say in this sentence here. It's then I swear to God, he puts on a headlight and starts picking at my teeth. I didn't know what was going on, but I can sure as hell tell you that I didn't like it. Once he gotten those, and it says tooled. Oh, tools. Okay, I'm an idiot. Tools out of my mouth. Okay. We'll do there. Once he gotten those tools out of my mouth, I told him my phone dropped on the side of the seat, so when I went to... Oh, shit! Ooh. Ah, ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Carrie with another 50 freaking dollarinos. Oh. It says Joel. At the end of your stream, can I request 30 seconds of silence for the 215 indigenous children buried needlessly in BC? That would mean so much to so many. Absolutely, we can do that. Yeah. Thank you for your dono. Yeah, and thank you for... Yeah, we can do that. Alright, Once he'd gotten those tools out of my mouth, I told him my phone dropped on the side of the seat, so when I went to get it... What the fuck is this sentence? I told him my phone dropped on the side of the seat, so when I went to get it, but... So... Okay. Once he gotten those tools out of my mouth, I told him my phone dropped on the side of the seat, so when I went to get it... What is it? I can't fucking understand. Like, it's like they're past tense, present tense at the same fucking time. So when I went to get... I don't know. Once he gotten those tools out of my mouth, I told him my phone dropped on the side of the seat, and I went to get it. But I just ducked out of the car, and basically ran to a nearby 7-Eleven. So from now on, I make sure the person I'm talking to is real, and at least get to know them a bit before meeting in a public place. Imagine you in a cabin or cottage in the forest with Pradeep and 2 dogs and a little garden with your favorite Olive Garden waitress, except she kills you in the end because you ate her breadstick. Oh my god. Is that waitress you? And your planet, you're telling me how you're gonna kill me? Okay, last story of the night. Thank you guys again for being here and being awesome and fantastic and cool. Alright, what am I? Okay. Sometimes I look back on my teenage years. God fucking damn it. I made it without dying or having a migraine. Nice. Sometimes I look back on my teenage years and wonder how I made it through in one piece. I was naive, painfully naive, and it got me into certain foolish situations. Some of my friends look back on similar experiences and cringe hard, but me, whenever I look back, I get this quiver of fear knowing that I could have come to some very serious harm. Getting into cars with total strangers, older guys who I didn't know from Adam. Any one of them could have been Dahmer or Nilsson or any other kind of psycho with a taste for murdering gay men. I think the fact that I'm still here to write this shows how lucky I am. Back at around 2000... My seltzer? I'm just drinking sparkling water. Sparkling water from fucking Liquid Death. Straight from the Alps and shit. This infinitely recycled can of stone cold sparkling water came straight from the Alps to murder your thirst. When a group of teenagers set out into the mountains for a weekend of drinking regular water in plastic bottles, they became haunted by an aluminium can of mountain water that was dead set on murdering their thirsts and recycling their souls. Once cracked open, No thirst is safer from liquid death. After ritually dismembering its thirst victims, this brutal can of water used the severed body parts of dead thirsts to build itself a flesh suit, which it used as a disguise to get a job in marketing. But liquid death never took the job. It just murdered a bunch more thirsts instead. That's actually really funny. It's bonk. Who's getting bonked? Alright. Where the fuck was I? Oh yeah. Back in around 2012, 2013, all my gay friends were talking about this GRINDR app and how it made hooking up with people so much easier. I always felt like we were swimming against the stream, you know? How dating was just much harder for gay guys because the dating pool is so much smaller. Back in the day, if you weren't down for some leather daddy grinding up against you in a small, filthy, sweaty gay bar, you were almost guaranteed to be a virgin until your late 20s. But things like GRINDR made something tough and terrifying into something you could do with your thumbs while sitting on your couch. Finding a date was almost too easy. And maybe that was the problem. Being face to face with someone, you get a real sense of who they are, and if you're actually attracted to them. But GRINDR let me line up dates with all kinds of guys, and in one case, that was much more of a burden than a boon. And so I organized a date with this guy we'll call Oscar. Oscar was a little older than me, and although he didn't have his own place, he did have a van he said he could get some privacy in. He'd said he put a mattress in the back for us so we could get intimate together, and honestly, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't kind of appealing. I was shy, but even shy guy... Oh, this is awkward. I was shy, but even shy guys have needs too, if you catch my drift. He picks me up from the block from my parents' place, so that they wouldn't suspect anything, and told them that I was staying in my buddy Todd's house, and I told them. Literally gets into a van. He picks me up around the block from my parents' place, so that they wouldn't suspect anything, and I told them that I was staying at my buddy Todd's house over the weekend. I wasn't, but if they called Todd's parents, he could totally cover for me and say I was on my way over or something. Dumb solution, but like I said, I was freshly 18 and dumb as a rock. It didn't occur to me that I should actually just be truthful with them, so that if anything really did go wrong, they'd actually be able to find me or report my last known whereabouts to the cops. Nope. All I cared about was me, and I wasn't even experienced enough to keep myself safe. We made some small talk before I asked him where he was taking me, and he says, my favorite spot out in the woods. It's so peaceful and quiet up there. Kind of romantic in the right light, too. So yeah, obviously I was kind of psyched about such a romantic rendezvous with a guy who actually turned out to be way cuter than his profile picture suggested. Now, I don't want to get into too many details about what happened next. Intimate information has always been something I've been kind of shy about, so please use your imaginations. Anyway, this guy's behind me, and he's being really gentle at first, but the comfier you get, the kinkier he starts to talk. He starts saying some quite possessive things, which was really hot at the time, and the feeling of being owned was something that definitely stayed with me. Fuck, I don't know if I can say kinky in a fucking YouTube video. I don't fucking know. Anyways, this guy's behind me, and he's being really gentle at first, but the comfier you get, fuck. Anyways, he's being really gentle at first, but the comfier we get, the weirder he starts to talk. He starts saying some quite possessive things, which was really hot at the time, and The feeling of being owned was something that definitely stayed with me. But out of almost nowhere, I feel him slip something around my neck. Instantly, I'm like, no, 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 this is not okay, because I know how dangerous breath play can be. Dangerous. Fuck, okay, instantly I'm like, because I know how dangerous, I can't say, like when I see the word breath and dangerous, I'm like, want to mix them together, and it's fucking annoying. Because I know how dangerous breath play can be. I moved to ask him to please take whatever he just put around my neck off. Turns out it was an actual leather belt that he was using as a kind of leash. But as soon as it looks like I'm about to protest, he puts the belt so tight that I can barely talk. I can still draw breath, but it's really difficult. And as we keep going, I get more and more distressed. I move to turn back to ask him to stop again, and he slaps me, tells me to shut the F up and take it. I couldn't even believe this was the same guy at this point. He went from sweet to evil in the time it took to get that belt around my neck. I've never been so scared in all my life. He kept tugging on the belt and saying things like, "You belong to me now, and if I wanted, I could just end you right here. That's how much I own you right now." By the time he was finished, I was in tears, and as much as he tried to reassure me that we were just having fun, I knew he got off on something way darker than just intimacy or control. He got off on the idea that he could have killed me at any moment, and the worst thing, he knew he'd probably get away with it. He knew I had kept this secret from my parents, and he knew they had no idea where I was. I just pray that younger gay men these days are much more open with their parents, or even just their friends, about where they're going and what they're doing. I know we don't exactly want our parents to be all up in our business, but honestly, our lives could depend on it one day. Naya Bell with the 2 says, could you say good night spookily to end videos? And remember, good night. Thank you, Naya. Well, that was weird. It's scary. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely a community that, especially in that scenario like they're talking about, you kind of could end up in a situation that's very not good. Squawk. Well, guys, that is the last story of the night. I'm gonna read the outro, and then we'll do that 30 seconds of silence for that Carrie was discussing with the indigenous peoples. It was a very unnerving story, though. So that was 7 stories, but yeah, I'll be getting those edited up on Patreon, only $1 a month there, and then up on Discord, or not Discord, fucking YouTube, actually. Get them up on there, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. D-Shore with the 5 says, I hope everyone has the best night ever. Smooches, everyone. Thank you, D-Shore. Thank you for your kindness and generosity. I appreciate it. And Amalia with a 5 says, good night, Joel. Hope I can make it to your birthday live stream, but if not, happy birthday in advance. Thank you, Amalia. I always appreciate you. I hope you do make it. It'll be fun. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna get wet and wild.
Listen.
Hey friends, thanks for listening. Click that notification bell to be alerted of all future narrations. I release every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you got a story, be sure to submit them to my subreddit, r Let's Read Official, or over email, and maybe even consider, and maybe even hear your story featured on the next video. And join a live stream on random Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, which this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is my birthday stream. It's going to be wet and wild. And if you want to support me even more, grab early access to all future narrations for just $1 a month on Patreon, and maybe even pick up some Let's Read merch on Spreadshirt. And check out the Let's Read podcast, where you can hear all these stories in long compilation form and save huge on data. Located anywhere you listen to podcasts. Links in the bio. Shit, fuck that up. Located anywhere you listen to podcasts. Links in the bio. Thanks so much, friends. I don't know, did you guys want me to say anything? Hey, Marco, it's become a mischievous dog.